All right, welcome. How's everybody doing? Oh, that's right. I am back. What's happening on Vast, bro? What's good? What's good? I am so back right now. I am so back at the moment. Oh, it has been It has been a week. I believe it's been like a week now. This feels a little bit weird. Feels a little bit different. Feels like I haven't been here for a while. So I'm just I'm trying to find my way again. How are you doing? How is everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday today. I know my Tuesday has been going pretty decently. We have a little bit of a different stream today, of course. I'm going to be talking about my trip, everything that happened. Well, as much as I can, without going crazy and talk about every single thing. But we'll talk about my trip, and then we'll get into some news. There was a lot of news to go over. I missed a lot of things while I was gone. Oh, I'm very excited. And if you couldn't see, I mean, a little bit on my face, a little bit on my arm. Look at your boy. Look at your boy. Got a little sun while I was out there. It's still white as hell up here. Get crazy. I'm feeling crazy. Look at that comparison. Yeah, it's so bad. One of the days we were out in the sun, like really crazily, and I got it pretty good. But how's everybody doing? How are you doing, Vash? How was your time off? I got to see that you went to a concert, if I'm not mistaken. How was it? Tell me about the things. I feel like I missed a lot while I was gone, so I'm here. I'm ready. Before I get into all my BS.
The person who has redeemed this reward would like you to know that they are
first.
I know Title would be in here with the first. What's happening, Title, buddy? What's good? Also, check out this. Look, this is a little bit of a spoiler, you know, but look at this. Look at this sick shirt though, guys. This is a Buc-ee's exclusive shirt right here. I'll even show you guys the back too. Look at this. Best days are Bucky days. What's happening, Title? Buddy, Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's. We spoiler, we did stop at the Buc-ee's. We did go to the Buc-ee's. Oh, yap at me, bro. I'm ready to do some yapping. Also, Title, thank you so much for obviously helping out with the news. Again, man, you're always on it, helping me out. I literally only got yesterday to start looking at some news, and it was so much that I got very overwhelmed. And I literally just tried to pull stuff from IGN, and I was like, I can't look at anybody else. It was too many days of news that I needed to look through. I didn't have any time while I was on vacation, so I had to. That was kind of even my thing when I was going through it. I was like, let me just add the essentials. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's talk about the news, guys. Or not the news. Let's not talk about the news. Let's talk about my trip. So you just tried to pick. Yes, exactly. Same thoughts. And then I found a couple goofy ones that I was really excited about. So I don't know how much I got to tell you guys. Real quick. Concert was awesome. Never thought I would see that artist. Yeah, that's really cool, dude. Ended very chill at work. I'm glad to hear all that, man. Beautiful things. Yeah, Vash got to go see an artist last week. That was his time off, and I'm glad he got to do so. So I didn't know how much I got to tell you guys. I was traveling to Tennessee for a week last week. And it was just a family trip. It was a little thing where me and my mom's side of my family was getting together. So it was like my mom, her husband, some of my sisters, their significant others, and some of their children. A lot of the children were either very young or were adults. So it wasn't anything super crazy. But we decided that we wanted to do a trip all together as a family because we had never really done so. So we decided a couple of months or a year ago we all put together like ideas of where we wanted to go, and Emily and I's idea was Tennessee, and that was the one that got chosen. So that's what we did. So on Saturday the 7th. Yeah, it was the 7th. I got to make sure I know my timetables here. We started making our journey. So from where we're at, it's about 8 hours to get to where we were going. But I don't know how much I've ever told anybody, talk to people about this. I fucking hate car rides. I absolutely hate car rides. So I just ended up, I decided that I wanted to split the time up between 2 days. Because I was going to drive all of it, because if I don't, I also get sick. So we split it up over 2 days. And so we stopped in Kentucky the first day, or that's where we were going to be staying. But before we actually went to where we were staying, we stopped in Cincinnati, which is like the southern part of Ohio. And we were going to stop in Cincinnati because they have a zoo there. And we were like, cool, we like hitting the zoos. We like zoos here. So we went over to the Cincinnati Zoo, and it was a good time. It was what it was. I did find a couple of things that I thought were pretty cool. I'm going to show here. First was they had this great plaque to Harambe. Oh, I thought this was just kind of weirdly funny. I don't know if you guys remember back in 2016. I don't know if you guys remember Harambe. He as the plaque says, tragically passed. Yeah, that was in Cincinnati. Yeah, it was at the Cincinnati Zoo. I was there. They have the plaque there for him. The tragic death of a beloved silverback Harambe demonstrated the compelling power of a single gorilla has to inspire the world to take notice and care. Yep, that's what I got to go see. The zoo in general was fine. It wasn't anything super crazy. It was whatever. It's a zoo, but we like going in, checking out some of the zoos. I will say, I forgot, their parking lot was crazy. And I know this is the stupidest shit to bring up, but like their parking lot is all covered. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. But it's all covered by like solar panels and shit, which was super cool. So like, not only is it covered, but it's essentially, covering it for them, which is really cool. They also have this bug exhibit, which is pretty crazy. And I got to see essentially a golden orb weaver, right? I'm pretty sure that's what this is here. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, it was ground zero, man. It's the way to do it. All parking lots should be. Yeah, I agree, man. I thought like when we were going through the parking lot too, I was like, this has got to be so expensive. But you know what? It probably pays for itself pretty quickly. How big is that thing? It was probably about this big. Yeah, it was pretty large. But God, that thing is so nasty. It was so gross. But I had to because of our good friend Ron, who loves a golden orb weaver, I believe. I forget what the ones he was saying he loves. But yeah, so the zoo was whatever. The zoo was just kind of like a side thing we knew we were gonna kind of try and just do because we were gonna have the time to do it. But so we end up staying in Florence, Kentucky. Oh, a little Coraline. Also, oh my God, this guy has been very, very needy since we came back. He felt some loneliness while we were gone. Oh, like this is you can already tell this is a little more than normal too. Holy goodness. Bro, I'm trying to do a little talking if you don't mind. Oh my goodness, he's such a little baby. Over there. I know, buddy. Give me the mosquito sword, bro. For real, kill him. So we knew this was just kind of a whatever stop. This wasn't like the big thing that the bigger things that we were doing. So the next day we end up staying, like I said, we're staying in Florence. It's about halfway for our trip. And so the next day we know, we're making the last leg of it, and we're going to go into Tennessee that day. But before we hit Tennessee, that's right, we hit the Buc-ee's. Oh man. And so this place is insane. I was not prepared for what this was going to end up being. Buc-ee's ended up being super crazy. Essentially Buc-ee's, if you guys have never seen it, it's just a giant gas station that also has this huge facility here that does like fresh food. They do like normal gas station food, drinks, snacks, and then they do merch, plus like a ton of things. Just you get the kolaches. Okay, so I don't know if anybody told me about the kolaches, but I didn't find out about them until after we got back, and then I was super regretful that I did not get to try them. So no, I didn't get to try the kolaches. I didn't know that was one of the things you were supposed to do. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I just saw a fucking article today that told me you gotta try the kolaches, and I was like, you mother, why did I not see this before? I was so disappointed. I'm so sorry. The food was kind of hit or miss, to be honest. So I'll also spoil this a little bit. We hit Buc-ee's on the way there and on the way back. On the way there, we stopped. The kolaches are great. I did not know that the kolaches were great. I did not know. I was not aware. So on the way there, we stopped, and I got a chicken sandwich, and I got what was the other thing? They have like kettle chips that they make there, and the chicken sandwich was phenomenal. The chicken sandwich was good. And then I also the kettle chips were super hit or miss. Like half of them were really crunchy and delicious, and then the other half were kind of soggy and kind of weird. Like it was just very strange. I don't know. I also got a couple other snacks from them that like I got some beaver nuggets, which just ended up being like caramel corn, like big cheese, like almost like cheese puffs or whatever, but they were like in like a caramel, like sugar or whatever. They were intense, but they were good. I also got some chili lime peanuts that I had like a handful of, and I haven't finished those, and they were pretty good. I'm trying to think if I had anything else from them that was specific. Oh shit, I didn't even I'll have to bring it in a little bit. The sandwich was really good. Yeah, beaver nuggets were weird, and the wall of jerky is very overwhelming. I didn't get any pictures inside. It was insane in there, so it was so hard to tell what that. It was so hard to be like drops things and just take pictures or whatever. Yo, Ron, what's happening, buddy? How are you doing? How you been, buddy? It's been sad not to see you for the last week, man. And so yeah, that place was pretty good. I was surprised. I obviously got my Buc-ee's shirt. This in the outside is like nothing. I will say that too. But also, I also found out the gas at Buc-ee's is the cheapest gas I've had in super long time. Ohio gas, I think, is also just very expensive, but like their gas was very cheap. I know this was crazy, but it was great. But that was legitimately one of the reasons we stopped on the way back, because I was like, I'll get gas because it's very cheap. But yeah, so on the as we're pulling up to Buc-ee's though, there is the parking lot, which is already packed with people. And then there's a line to get in the parking lot. So we had to wait in line to get into the parking lot. And once you get in, everything starts to move and it's fine. It's not a big deal. And it ended up being a really good time. I took some pictures out of order. So I want to make sure I'm scrolling down here to make sure I grab some photos of the things that I want to show you guys in the correct order. Where's the ones? Oh, the ones I should probably yeah, I was trying to see. I had a picture of the place we were staying. That was what I was going to show you guys next, but I don't know where I put that. And then I was thinking, ooh, there might have been a bunch of cars there, and I don't want to show you guys cars. I'll show you guys the inside, though. I won't show you the outside. You know what? Go fuck yourselves. You guys don't need to see the inside. All right. So yeah. So we go to Buc-ee's. That was a good time. But our ultimate idea, our ultimate ending stop is Tennessee, which I've never been to Tennessee, and I've never been to Kentucky. So Kentucky, very cool. Kind of just a stop along the way. Tennessee, because Tennessee is where I ended up going 2 states down from me, Ron. I also realized, god damn, is Ohio a long ass state, guys. Ohio is so long. I wonder if I can find a picture of how long, how big the state is. Yeah, let's just do this. Because this is a super easy one to do. So right here, this blue guy right here, this is Ohio. This is Kentucky, and then this is Tennessee. And you look at if you were traveling from the top, holy shit, this motherfucker is huge. So, you're like, no matter where you're at, like this motherfucker is crazy. And then you're going through Kentucky into Tennessee. And we're only like right in here in Tennessee. The long way often. All right, hold on. So that's this guy right here, right? Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. I'm not super great at knowing my things, but goddamn, yeah, that's longer than Ohio is. Well, damn. Okay, well, I take it back. So, but we're gonna end up down in here somewhere, and it's a long ass drive, and so I super not looking forward to it. But we're gonna end up being in the mountains, and so once we kind of get going and everything, damn, that's the worst, because that was the thing. Ohio is such a flat state that as soon as you get out of Ohio, everything is beautiful, and it really is that way. So as soon as we get out of Ohio, we start to hit like mountains and everything, and it's beautiful. It's insane how beautiful it is. I don't have pictures because I was driving. I do have Emily's pictures. Actually, I could probably pull some of those up too. Oh yeah. Well, here, I'll show you guys this. This is something, this was for the, oh shit, I should show Ron too. We went to the zoo. I'm gonna bring it back to the zoo for a minute. We did get to see this turtle. Oh, this is not a bad picture or anything. This is a bad picture. Is this one better? It's slightly better. Next to Indiana, bro. It's not real. Yeah, whatever. My pictures, they're not great pictures, but this was us. We got to stop and we got to hang out with a fucking turtle. Shit. What's happening, Cyclo? Yeah, this is a Galapagos tortoise too. We got to pet its shell. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm trying to see. Do we have any? This is kind of a nice one. This one kind of looks like. How old were they? These ones were like 14 years old, right, Em? That's a Galapagos turtle? Yeah, yeah. They live forever. Yeah, 17? Yeah, that's right. 17. How many toes? I didn't count. Were we supposed to count the toes? Ooh, very young. Yeah. And they were saying in a couple years they were going to reach sexual maturity, and then they might send, them around. I think this is of us driving, and like this is like not what Ohio looks like. Ohio is so fucking flat and ugly. It literally is just not something you want to be a part of. So when we got into here, we were like, ooh, this is so nice. Practically a baby. Right, it was, man. It super was. Also, real quick, because you're here, Ron, I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you this too, man. Look at what I've seen. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Nothing from that one. Okay. So we all right, sorry, let me close back out of here. Keep on setting the scene, so we're driving through, and it's beautiful. It's mountainous, and we're heading to this cabin, which we kind of had this idea when we looked up this place. We expecting it's going to be a cabin up in the wood, up in the mountains. I think it's a Gold Ward Weaver. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. So I'm expecting this is going to be this cabin up in the woods, and it's going to be, kind of isolated, beautiful, And we get there, and it is a cabin up in the woods. It is beautiful, but it is not isolated. It is kind of a resort up in the mountains, which is fine. We are far enough from people. We didn't ever really interact with people unless you wanted to. It was fine. It was not a big deal. But so we get to this cabin. I was going to show you guys the outside again. I think there's too many cars there, and I don't want to dox some people or their cars or anything. It's not worth it. But I'll show you guys the inside. So this was the living room. I know this is a absolutely stunningly beautiful place. Middle of the fishing display at the Bass Pro. That would have been great. We thought it was gonna be isolated, but instead it was at the Bass Pro. Everybody's staring at us. Yeah, so it ended up it was like I said, it was legitimately a beautiful place. So this is like one side of like the living room, looking over to the kitchen was over here, a little dining area, and then like the sitting area and stuff. And then they had 4 rooms down here, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Each of the rooms had their own bathroom, and then they had the same upstairs, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. 2 of the bedrooms upstairs had 4 bunk beds in each, so it had so much space. I will say, this place looks beautiful. It was very cheaply made. It was definitely beautiful and super nice. It was cheaply made. I can smell the wood, right? But yeah, as we were kind of there for over a couple of days, you just kind of start to see the cracks start to show. Let me close some of these. Back to Ohio. Let me see. I have some of the upstairs, right? Is this upstairs? No, that's still downstairs. Is this upstairs? Oh yeah, it was. Okay, so this was upstairs. And so then upstairs, the same thing. They have the bedrooms and bathrooms. Everybody has kind of their own thing. A little seating area, foosball. They had a Mortal Kombat table. Guys, as soon as I saw this, I was so stoked. I was talking some shit to people, telling them they were gonna catch these hands. I turned the table on, and it immediately breaks. It's immediately broken. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I was so pissed because I legitimately was ready to take on some motherfuckers. I was so ready to take some motherfuckers on. Let me see. Is this from the other side? No, that was up in the one area. I wanted to see. Did I have the other side? Should warrant a refund. Exactly. I agree, man. So here's that foosball table, the Mortal Kombat table. They did have a Pac-Man stand-up. I played a round of Pac-Man real quick. It wasn't the same. I wanted somebody to catch these hands. That was what I wanted to do. So I was a little bit disappointed. I was a little disappointed. So yeah, it was a very beautiful place. I do have a couple more photos I'll show you guys. I took a picture of our room. It was like the day we were leaving, so. But this was our. Well, let me get the wider shot here. Plays video games, and what's the problem? What's the problem, buddy? Vacation is about me time, man. It's about me. You know, if I wanted to play, I didn't even get to, man. I didn't even get to. I legitimately, I didn't play any video games. I barely used my laptops or anything. I barely used my phone. My phone was good for 2 or 3 days at a time because I wasn't using it. I know that that's not like an accomplishment, but it was one of those ones where it was just, it's crazy when you can kind of get away and you're like, yeah, I don't need that. So yeah, this was our bedroom. Of course, you can see there was a stair rail right outside the window. Everybody loves that. There was also a deck that was right behind our other window back here, where right below there was a indoor pool, which was fucking freezing the whole time. We don't know why. It was supposed to be a heated pool, but it ended up being cold. This whole place was kind of like, okay. And there was a lot of those kind of things. But then there was like a mini golf course on top, and it was like five holes, and they were like really small, and they were just fun. I think we did like a round or two here or there, and it was a good little time waster while we were hung out and stuff. But that was right there with it by our back window. So everybody just got a show if they wanted. What of you, right? Right? But yeah, so it was a very nice room. I'll show you guys the other side. I didn't get pictures of the bathroom though. Tourists who travel across the globe get a beautiful white beach, then park themselves to read a book. Yeah, I mean, that's what some people feel is like, you know, relaxing. I'm fine with that, you know. I'm whatever. If that's what you like, right? I'm not gonna judge nobody. It's being in that atmosphere, I think. Sometimes it's whatever. Yeah. So here's that same staircase, as you can see. There was a little sofa or little seat there, TV, little dresser, and then the bathroom was over here. And then this all led straight out into that one area. Yeah, it was a nice little area though. I mean, I was not complaining. I think we were all kind of like, I think that we all found like our own flaws with the whole thing. But mostly just because we were kind of like, you almost like expect something, and then when it's not living up to that standard, you like have like a negative reaction about it, or you'll find like the flaws with it. The rooms and everything was great. I think everybody just had overhyped themselves about it. But I also got this sweet picture of when I was sitting on one of the couches. That I thought this was just a nice ass photo. I just thought this was a nice ass photo. You could see the mountains. I'm going to show you guys in a minute here too. Yeah, the vibes on that, right? That's a great shot. I like to think of myself as kind of a photographer sometimes. Right? I know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Your boy can find a shot or two when he's got the time. All right. Before I start, I'm gonna start to get into some of the other things we did and everything, but I wanted to show you guys this one too real quick. So this is one of our shots, or one of the views from out on one of our decks. This was a really cool area. So you go out on the back deck, there was a little hot tub, some seats and everything, but you could get this view into like all of the woods and then these mountains way out here. Oh man. It was crazy. I'm just, again, from Ohio, it's a flat fucking state. Being out there where it's like so mountainous, where you can just see, you know, way out into the mountains and everything, it was insane. It was insane. All right, so now I was gonna go through some of the things that what we did. I'm gonna try and recall them all, or what days we did them. But luckily I have some pictures and stuff to help remind me. So that was like, a lot of this was all taking like the first day. Like we got there Sunday and then we just relaxed Sunday. So Monday, I believe Monday was the day we went on a little hike. So we try and figure out like where we wanted to go hiking at, and we ended up deciding on this place that was like pretty close. It ended up being a half an hour away, and we were like, cool, that sounds great. And so I think it was, I never did crop the one picture I was gonna crop. That's okay. You guys can look up my shorts a little bit. So we go to this place. It's like about a half hour away, and then we find out it's not even that much of a hike. It's just a trail. We wanted to do like a mountain hike, go up, see like a waterfall. Didn't really get to do that. We ended up just going to this area that was like right outside of Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg is the place that we went to like almost every single day. So just, I guess, keep that in mind. I don't know. But we're like walking. There's like a little stream that's next to us the whole time. It's nothing that crazy. You know, it's just, we were thinking it's going to be something real wild, but it just ended up, I mean, it ended up being, it legitimately could have just been in Ohio. To be honest, it could have just been in Ohio. I did get this like pretty cool picture of like all these, like, it's so hard to tell, but these are all like right up in the foreground, and then this was like a mountain further out. It's hard to see it, but it was pretty cool. The perspective in person was really nice. And then you can look up my leg pants a little bit. We took a couple of these too, and these are, I told my dude, these are straight stolen. My man Vash showed me how to take these photos, and I was trying to find my moments for him. But yeah, they were really nice. Up the leg pants, right? Get a little peek up there. So we go out there. We did this hike. It was whatever. It ended up being just kind of a whatever thing, you know. Yeah, it just didn't end up being quite as big of a thing that as I had hoped. We kind of were hoping for a little bit more. Trying to remember, what did we do Tuesday? Because I'm trying to think. I think Tuesday was the day we might have went to the aquarium. Because now I'm trying to remember all the different things we did. Tuesday was the aquarium? Okay, I thought so. Get a little nature while we're out there? Yeah, of course. And it was super cool. I was so glad we did. So yeah, that's right. We went to the aquarium on Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday. Yeah, okay. So Tuesday was the day. All right, I remember now. I got some stories about Tuesday. So we go to this aquarium. We're gonna go with like some of my younger nieces, and just some of my family, you know, obviously. So we're gonna go to this aquarium. And it's funny because I've always seen, you know, Ripley's believe it or not, you know, situation, but apparently they got like, you know, an aquarium out there and everything. So this is the aquarium we're going to. I mean, it's a beautiful little outside of the aquarium. They also had like this little area on the side with this like octopus statue. Super cool. But I was trying to think, like, I mean, you walk through it, and it was It was fine. You know, it wasn't anything crazy. Fish you'll never believe. Fish you'll never believe. Oh yeah, but we did go see, like, as we were walking there, I forgot, we did see this like mystery mansion place that was just like on the side. I think it was like an attraction, but it wasn't open at the time. I think you had to get like tickets or whatever. I forgot. That was the thing we saw on the way there. So we walked around. I don't have a lot of pictures from the aquarium. I did get one of these guys. It's not a good picture. But the leafy sea dragons, they had some of those. I do love those motherfuckers. Those guys are so fucking cool. I also, oh yeah, while we were walking to this other area, yeah, the sea dragons are cool. They had this little like put together piece by some artist. Connor something? Get in there. Connor Fad. He made this, I guess. I just thought this thing was really cool. Yeah, those sea dragons are cool. And we don't get to see that kind of stuff in Ohio. And then one last one at the aquarium I'll show you guys was they had cuttlefish. I don't know, cuttlefish they're cool, but they're also like apparently kind of crazy. But the one fish with teeth. Oh, that's true. There was a fish with teeth. I luckily have all of the pictures that I took, and then Emily gave me all of her pictures as well. So I got them all. There was a fish with teeth. This guy, he would swim around, and you couldn't see these white parts of his teeth until he would like swim around, and he would like engage them out. And that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. And then we so weird. They're so weird. But we also got to pet these jellyfish. So this was M. She was going through and petting the jellyfish, but I don't think we had one of me doing it. I don't think so. But I did get to touch a jellyfish. They're nippy though. What's nippy? Nippy? That pufferfish? Yeah, so I touched a jellyfish. It was nothing. Yeah, pufferfish, I believe it, man. That guy was a weirdo. Touching jellies? I touched him, bro. I touched him right up on the dome. I caressed his dome like this. I did this to his dome. It was weird. They can get territorial as a way. I would, man. I would. All right, let me bring it back down to the aquarium. All right, so right after this, my family decides that we want to go get some food. So they were like, hey, we're gonna go try and find some food, but they were kind of hanging back, like they were kind of sitting around still. So we were like, cool, we want to hit up this place across the street. Just text us wherever you find a place to go. And so we hit up, we were like going over, it was like a candy shop, I think, but it was like a handmade candies and stuff like that. So we go over to this place and we go through, like they have just a whole bunch of stuff, you know, it's all over the place with whatever they got. I think we found a couple of things, but that candy shop led into this mall area where they had like a penny smasher, which didn't work, which we got I haven't really told you guys, but M collects pennies, smash pennies. So we were trying to find as many penny smashers as we could. And of course that one didn't work, which is whatever. But we found a coffee shop and I was like, ooh, I want to get coffee. And then I believe that place was like, or we were like, they had found a place to eat. So we were like, oh, we'll just come back over here in a minute. Which we did not. But we find like this door, we go out. And as soon as we walked out, I was like, holy shit. The waft of someone smoking a marijuana cigarette. It is quite hard. And so, of course, we walked out and there's this guy and this girl sitting on this bench right beside us. And they were getting a little choked up. Which, whatever. I'm not here to judge nobody, of course. But I was just shocked. Just in the middle of the day, whatever. So we were like, we looked like we didn't know where we were going. So this guy's like, hey, where are you going? I'll help you guys out. And so we were like, oh, well, we were just looking for this place to eat. And he was like, if you want a place to eat, I'll show you where, I'll tell you where to get the best steak. It's this place. And if you need to do this. And so then Emily's like, where do you find penny smashers? And I was like, oh no, we shouldn't have asked him this. And he was like, well, that's what you do this. We go here. And he was super, super nice. And then he was like, where are you from? And I was like, Ohio. And he's like, me too. And we're like, oh, great. It was an interaction I didn't want to have to deal with. And then we had to like, it was just one of those ones where you're like, oh my God, kill me. Not an interaction I wanted to deal with. So then he does end up pointing us to where we need to go, which is great. I already knew where I needed to go. I already knew where I needed to go. I didn't need his help, but he was out there smoking the marijuana cigarette, and so he felt like he needed to tell us. He felt like he needed to help us out with that. So he tells us like, yeah, go down here. Like, oh, great. And yeah, it was whatever. He was super nice. It was just an interaction I didn't want to have to deal with. So we go down to this restaurant, and we're gonna eat. Man, I swear to God, listen, I know you guys listen to me and you know that I don't have like an accent. Like Ohio is like that Midwestern, accent. Like we have like that very neutral accent, right? Like I think people can be like, oh yeah, I can point out a couple of things here and there, but it's not an overt accent. Tennessee is not like that. Tennessee has a Southern accent. Tennessee has a Southern accent. And our waitresses, who are taking care of our table and the rest of my family's table, they have that very Southern accent. And it made me laugh more than a couple of times because I was like, wow, it's real. I can't believe it. I can't believe that's real. Oh, shit. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. The aquarium was whatever. The food was really good. They're not faking it. That's what I'm saying, bro. I thought for sure they were faking it. What's happening, Casper? Sad news. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Yeah, no, I was surprised. I was like, man, for sure they're faking it. For sure they are. There's no way this is a real ass accent. Apparently it is. But then somebody was telling me, I had heard this before and I don't know how true it is. I mean, maybe you guys know more than I will. That they like send people to Ohio to learn Ohio accent because it's so neutral. I've heard this about like newscasters and things. I forget who was telling me. Somebody in our family was telling me that, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Seriously? I think so. I think Ohio has just like, you ever watch movies, Ron, and you think like those people have like the same accent that I do? Yo, plenty was happening. Oh my God.
Is it walking around? I can't tell.
What the fuck? The clip player works.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I just didn't realize it was gonna work.
As soon as I saw that freaking long head. Oh my God.
Wow, that was amazing. How was the trip? Oh, it was great. It was great, Plenty. I'm just going over everything right now. Newscaster sounds like fake news. It could be. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I heard about that. What's wrong with the Tennessee accent? I'd love to watch news with an accent. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong. For whatever reason, apparently, like people on the TV, believe that you should have a more neutral accent, and apparently Ohio has a very neutral accent. And I'm just saying, people in Tennessee do not. I'm sorry to hear that, Casper. Hopefully everything gets better soon, buddy. Yeah, so that was our first day in the, well, no, that was our second day, right? That was our second day. I'm trying to keep up. That was our second day in the Tennessees. Just the one Tennessee though. So the next day, I believe what we were doing on Wednesday, was Wednesday the day we just went and hung out? It had to be, because I think Thursday, or was Thursday our hangout day? No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think we did go exploring a little more after dinner, after lunch, dinner, or whatever we did that day. But I'm just gonna roll it into this next day because it's easier that way. So then we went the end of that day, the beginning of the next day, we just ended up walking around Gatlinburg, which was really, really cool. I found this pizza shop that I had to send Vash because he's kind of a mushroom dude. So Mellow Mushroom Pizza, apparently it's like a normal, I think it's like a chain place though, which is kind of sad because I saw it and I was like, damn, that's cool. And then I was like, oh, it might be a chain place. Oh, it might just be a chain place. So I did get a picture of that. But the whole downtown is packed, at least at this time of the year, with just so many tourists. Local kind of look. It does have that, unless you saw it for real. And then you'd realize it definitely does not. This whole area, this whole strip, I don't think I have a good picture of it. Maybe M did. It was really touristy. Oh, M got some other pictures too, of this area too, and I'll pull them up as we go here as well. That whole area, the whole strip was so touristy. This guy was on the outside too. I don't know what he was exactly, like Legos or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, but he was cool. But we ended up like going down and walking around a little bit. And I'll show you guys some of the things that we ended up seeing. They had a bunch of these like weird animatronics that were just doing wild shit. Just absolutely wild shit. Yeah. And this whole thing was like moving and doing like all kinds of craziness. It was wild. There was also a Ripley's Motion Blaster. Apparently Ripley's must be big. I mean, Ripley must be big in the tourist area, huh? Is that a thing, you guys? Because I don't know. I just don't know. But now I've been to like Niagara Falls and Gatlinburg, and they both have an ass load of Ripley's things. A motion blaster? Yeah, some kind of ride or something. There was a lot of rides and stuff down there. But they had that big T-Rex up the top, and the big T-Rex moved. Like it would like actually like move a little bit too. And like roar. It was crazy. What else did I get pictures of? Oh yeah, I got pictures of like the little welcome center with the bears. This was something I was telling Vash too, and I don't think he realized, and maybe you guys do or don't, I don't know. Bears are just a normal thing there. Like bears are just around. I've only ever seen one Ripley's Museum. Man, I've seen so many now. But they're all like different branded, different kinds of things. So Ripley really is out there. You know, they got their reach on everything. Black bears. So yes, they were all black bears. No brown bears. So somebody told me the thing: black fight back, brown lie down. I figured it out. I was telling them the other day. I couldn't remember what the black one was. Black fight back, brown lie down. Yeah, so we also really like bears. I hear they're chill. Yeah, black bears are the chill ones. But we saw two black bears. One that passed by our cabin, that we were very excited about, and only Em and I saw it. And then we saw one later in the next day here, and I'll show you. Is known for IRL bears interaction. Yeah, there was. These are all the ones that we saw were just normal out and about. Yep, they are just like, I thought about them as like deer. For Ohio, deer is just like, we see deer all the time. They're just everywhere, and they're running across the street. Bears are essentially the same thing, I feel like, for Tennessee. Although I wouldn't want to hit a bear. Did you see any bear cubs? I did not, but my family did. They did have a video too. Can I pet that dog? Listen, I have a niece that was 2 years old, and we made that joke a couple of times. Oh man, for sure, bud, for sure. Oh no, she didn't. We also saw a place called Fanny Farkles, which, okay, so I was gonna kind of push this off a little bit, but I was gonna tell you guys. Here's the thing about Tennessee, guys. We found out Tennessee loves 2 things. And if you guys didn't know, do you guys know the 2 things that Tennessee loves? If you guys could guess one of the 2, I'd be impressed. Feel the warm breath in the back. Yeah. There is a hint in this photo. Tennessee loves, at least Gatlinburg, Tennessee loves 2 things. But I'll refrain. Tennessee loves some Trump. They have multiple stores dedicated to him. Fanny, oh, that'd be funny. Sorry, it's not as good as that. They love Trump and they love God. Those are their 2 favorite things. They literally have a Zoltar. Do you guys remember Zoltar from Big, the movie Big? They literally have a Zoltar that is just Trump. Oh dear. Hold on. It's so much funnier when you see this is just a store over here. This is a Trump ass store over here. I'm not gonna go into the politics or whatever of that. It was just wild to see that there was like legitimate stores that looked like they were gonna be there, like not like just pop-up stores, not just any stores, superstores. You're right, bro. You are right there, superstores. That doesn't surprise. No, but it was a little surprising to see them. It was a little surprising to see them. I was still like, oh, whole store's dedicated. Interesting. So, yeah, Trump and God, they really like. But now you got to see Fanny Farkle, so listen, it can't be all bad. And then on the way back, we stopped at this place called Sugar Bear. We were gonna get ice cream, and then I was gonna get this like hot chocolate. It was supposed to be a Lucky Charms hot chocolate. Trust me, I'm not sure what that means, but I was interested. I figured it was gonna be way too sweet, but I was ready to check it out. They didn't have hot chocolate that day, so I ended up getting a blue raz drink that was like sparkly and shit. This shit was crazy. I should actually pull up my other folder of these pictures so that way I can jump between them if I need to. So that was like the end of that day, and then we're going on to Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday. Because Wednesday we went to this place called Anarchista. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Anarchista. Let me close all these back out. We'll come back out to our thing. So Anarchista is like a place where you have to take a chairlift up a mountain, and then from there you're up on top of this mountain, and there's like things to do up there, like things to see and yeah, things to do. I don't know why I'm making it seem like there's something more than that. It's kind of like an attraction, like a I was gonna say like an amusement park, but not quite that big. So that's what we ended up doing on Wednesday. So first thing we saw was, of course, the Bear Statue of Liberty. So this is the thing that we realized very heavily, is the third thing that Tennessee leans into is everything is bears. Everything is bears. Because of course it is. Because it has to be. Everything is bears. Let me see. Have we got any? We didn't have any pictures of the thing going up. We just had a picture of ourselves going up, which is, I mean, listen, I'm sorry. This is just a picture of us. But we were on the little chairlift going up. I had my sweet pink shades on. I mean, I was looking pretty okay that day. This is the day that I got burnt, though. So we're on this chairlift. We're going up this mountain for God knows how long. And I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, oh, I think I might have one when we were coming back down, maybe. That's a flat couple. Yeah, so this is like the thing. So as you're kind of going down, this was us going down. And again, in real life, man, it's so crazy how good the depth perception, your depth perception is. But in photos, you know, it's so flat, it's so hard to tell. But yeah, like it was way down here where like you go over the mountain and then you're still going down. So it's hard to see like how high up you are, but you can get at least a general idea. But then like everything up, you do like things that are up there, like up on the mountain, and you could see way out into the other parts of the mountain and everything, which were really cool. That's a fly couple. True. So up there, one of the first things we decide we're gonna go do is there's a tower. There's a tower. All you gotta do is you climb up and you can see all the way around. Now, I don't know how much I've ever told you guys that I am afraid of heights. I am super afraid of heights. I do not like heights. And just the chair lift was fucking getting me a little bit. And that wasn't that bad. The chairlift was getting me. So the tower, I was like, oh, this is gonna get me. But I was like, you know what? I want to push myself to do it. And I did. But I 100% stayed away from the railing. So I was pretty far back. This is about as close as I would get to the railing, which this is a little bit of a zoomed in photo. I was not getting close. I was like, nah, I don't think so. A little bit of a zoom in. That's correct. Like, that's good enough. Yeah, I was good. I didn't need to look over the railing. They also had a spot on the floor that was like clear, so you could look straight down. Nah, I'm good, thanks. Nah, I don't need to do that. Nah, how about not? Oh. So we go up, we check it out. That's not how to take edgy photos. Oh, sorry, my bad. I figured you might hate that. I definitely did. But I was glad I did it. I pushed myself and I did it. It's weird how much like being up somewhere where you don't expect to be, like where it's really high and it triggers that fear response. For me, it definitely gives me like Jello legs. It makes me feel like I'm falling one way or the other, you know? Like it's always side to side for the most part. It's never like forward, back, not that much. It's always kind of side to side. And it's crazy how much this was triggering that. And I wanted to just kind of push myself, and it was legitimately really difficult to do. And yeah, so I didn't really. All right. So then we were walking around a little bit, and we did find another place where we wanted to take a photo. Another one of these bad boys. This one was cool. So this was like, they had this little like little bridge across into like this little like egg thing that was all made out of wood. This like wood or whatever, and it just had like little holes above it. And then we were like, cool, we'll take a little photo in here. And we thought it was a cool photo. And you know what? It fucking was. That's so IG worthy, bro, isn't it? Imagine if I posted on IG, but I don't. I just don't fucking care about IG anymore, man. It's a great one, isn't it? I sent this one to Vash too. I sent a couple photos to him. I do want to apologize to my man Vash. He was reaching out a couple times when I would reach out. Man, I legitimately would set my phone down and he would just forget about your phone, and it was so good. It was so good. But I was trying to send him some photos every so often. So then we're gonna go over to this thing that's called like the Sky Bridge or something. I don't know. I was like, Sky Bridge? That sounds terrifying. Let's do it. So we go over, it's the Sky Bridge, and we just find out that it's essentially this trail that goes out into the woods, but they're like on these bridges that are suspended really high up. And I was like, let me see. I'll see if I can do this. I'm so glad you ignored your phone. I was kind of glad too. Okay, so we did a couple of these bridges, and they didn't bother me too bad. I legitimately was pretty okay with them, but I told Emma, I was like, you got to get a shot of me looking really cool though. Like, you know, like these bridges is nothing. Look at your boy. Look at your boy just chilling going across the bridge. You know? Canopy bridge. Dude, these things are so cool too. They were so cool. These ones did not trigger my fear like nearly at all. You know what actually triggered it way more was these like pieces here that were in the trees. These bridges themselves were not even that bad. And it looks like he's walking without a single worry. Bro, you're so right. I was, man. Hold up. What if he's a little farther along? And maybe a little further. And a little further. Like he doesn't even care about anything. She may have went a little crazy on getting photos of me doing it. But you know. So not pressed, right? That's what I'm saying, right? I would jump up and down on that bridge. You're a dick. Well, listen, they did say hands were up by the end. Oh, do you have the hands up one? You have to. Yeah, look at bro's hands were in the air like they just don't care. Look at that guy, don't give a shit about anything. Oh, totally not staged photos. That's right. Oh, that's right, guys. Oh, shit. Oh. Let me close a couple of these photos. I've been opening so many during this. Oh shit, he's saying Jesus help me. Nah, he was cool as a cucumber, bro. All right, so then from here we do the last thing that we wanted to do. This is the biggest bucket list moment for what Em and I wanted to do while we were on this trip. Mountain coasters. We wanted to do some mountain coasters. And of course, this place has 2 mountain coasters. don't have many pictures of this because it's also a mountain coaster, so it's pretty hard to get pictures of. But I did get a picture of the little cart that you ride. So this is the first mountain coaster that we did, and it was pretty sick. It was it's what they call a baby coaster. And this one was legitimately fucking terrifying. The other one is supposed to be, they were like, nah, that's like the big dog coaster. And the other coaster was way better. It was way less scary. Unless you get stuck behind a braking Nelly. And luckily I did not. So, okay, so right here in the middle, this is a little handle. And you push it forward to remove any friction or braking. So you pull back to brake instead. So forward go, backwards brake. And so you go through this thing and all your is just strapped in. And on this one, it's just one rail and you just go. And this one tells you like brake, you're about to go around a corner. And so you pull it back a little bit. And there was a couple of times I should have been pulling that bad boy back way harder because I came around one of those turns and I was like, whoo! I thought I was gone. I thought I was done. I thought I was dead. Nope, I was good. But it definitely, this one felt way scarier. Maybe it was because it was the one line thing. I don't know. But this one was legit terrifying. That's kind of crazy. So it legitimately, all what it is it just goes down the mountain and it just goes, it weaves back and forth and, goes kind of, down, and it's just like a coaster, but it uses the mountain as the force that pushes you essentially. And then once you get to the end, it finds a piece of the track and it grabs you and then it pulls you back up the hill, up the part of the mountain, back to the beginning, which is like right here, and then it pulls you back in. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I didn't have too many good photos of the other one, but I do have like two kind of okay ones. So this is the other one. This one was much nicer. So it's a 2-rail system, as you can see up here. The hand things are on both sides instead, so you can push them down to go forward, back to brake. This one was way better. Oh, it was so much better. They also had like names on all of them because they were like little lizards on the side here. So this one was like, it looks like Mud Noodle or something. I don't know. But they all had like names. I think Emily's was Mandy. I can't remember what mine was. I've only done 1 rail. Bro, the 2-rail one is so good. This one, I didn't touch the brakes once. I had that bad boy floored the whole fucking time. It was so good. It was so good. I did get this other picture. I was trying to get a picture of like where it goes. So like this is kind of how the track goes. So it goes down and it has a little whoop and then straight and then a big drop there. And it was so cool. I'd never been on one. Me neither, man. And that's one of the things we wanted to do. And we got to do it. It was so cool. It was a lot of fun. But like I said, so then we this was such a cool thing. I'm so glad this is one of the things we got to do. Again, it was one of the things that we wanted to make sure we did, so that way we got it off the bucket list, the check. But this is where we were like, so then we were gonna all right, cool, we're gonna head back. So you got to take the chairlift back. You can take a tram back too, but we were like, no, we're gonna take the chairlift. I want to see how I do going down. And so we take the chairlift back, and the chairlift is just so slow. You're just in the sun. That's where I got so much of like, oh, sorry, it's this side. So much of my sun was just from the chairlift. But the chairlift also brought us a special gift. The chairlift brought us a special gift. The chairlift is where we saw our second bear, and he was right below us. Bro was just running down the hill while we were going. Oh, this is the video. Sorry, not that one. Oh, here we go. Look at him. Look at him. He's so fucking cute. I can't keep up with him. Right. He was so fucking adorable. So he was pretty small. I mean, he wasn't anything crazy, but the first one we saw was like going by our cabin so quick. We literally got to just see him and just take him in. This one was just going down these like stairs while we were taking the chairlift down. So he was just with us the whole time. So we were able to get pictures and stuff. And man, he was just so fucking cute. He was so cute. Man. Let me see. What do I have? Do I have any pictures from the rest of that? I just had that. Yeah, it says shiny fur, shiny coat. Yeah, exactly. Plenty. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, his fur was so shiny. I can probably show this video. Hold on, let me. Emily took a small video of him.
That was awesome.
Yeah, look at him down there. Just going crazy. Look at him go. I know, he's so pretty. He was so shiny. And look at him shine. Isn't that crazy? Everybody was mentioning how effing shiny he was. Give him a jar of honey. That's what I'm saying. All right. Or a marmalade sandwich. Yes. Give him a little hat. All right. So we're on to, let's get on to Thursday. I know. These are going to get a little quick. Well, we're going to get quick before into Friday, and then we'll kind of I don't have much longer to yap about this. I told you, I put it in my live notification. It's a lot of yapping today. I knew it was gonna be, so just you got to sit still with my yapping today, guys. So then Thursday was an open day. Em and I decided we were just gonna go to Gatlinburg. We were just gonna walk around. I think we were just doing shopping and stuff like that. Like any little things we wanted to do, we were gonna go do them. So I'll just show you guys some pictures from when we were there. Let me close these out real quick. Man's walking backwards. So this was that mellow mushroom. So this was like right outside where we parked. That's why I got another picture of it. But I also saw that they had these neon signs and stuff out. I didn't see them the first time, so I had to get a picture. I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. And then across the way, so this day we just mostly went and like walked around, like I said, shopped, got some like souvenirs, things like that for people that we wanted to do those things for. So a lot of this is just that. So I'll just show you guys some pictures of some of the things I saw. This was pretty cool because I was like, Hollywood star cars, and I didn't even realize this is the fucking Batman Forever Batmobile up there. That shit's so cool. I gotta see if M has any good ones this day that I want to show off. Oh yeah, there's one of me that I'll show you guys of. And then from here we just went to this place called like the Village, which is just like a shopping district, and it was kind of cool. It was just like this little area that was like I was saying kind of like was like almost like a Hogsmeade kind of vibe. This is a little better view of it. So it was like these little back streets, like these brick walkways and stuff, with like these little shops that were just like real small things. And it was just kind of like a little quaint little area. It was a cool little area. We really enjoyed this area. Yeah, it was cool. It was pretty busy, but it was cool. So I was trying to get some pictures of some things. We went to a place called the Donut Fryer, and we were like, well, cool. I want to get like, I thought they were gonna have like super fresh donuts, which they were good donuts. They were just not, they weren't like, they didn't feel like they just came off out of the oven. Like it wasn't like, or out of the fryer. It felt like it was like it would have been sitting for a little bit, which is fine. But they had this little mascot, little donut fryer. Which was killing me. And then, like I said, we were just kind of walked around. Nothing really crazy that we were doing. But one of the things I saw was this shirt. And I was like, man, I almost got in. I did not. But I almost did. It was killing me. I saw this and I was like, man, that's a good shirt. That's a good shirt. So Klingman's Dome is like a place, right? Klingman's Dome is like an actual trail you can go walk, and I wish we would have done it, but I think it was like an hour away, maybe an hour and a half away, and it was supposed to be really good. It's one of the things that if we decide we ever are gonna go back or anything like that, we'll do this walk. But it was one of those ones where we just didn't get to. That's a great shirt, right? This was like this area. So when we parked, it was like right below this area where there was like a stage with all these chairs. And this is like old smoky, what is it? What is their alcohol? Old smoky, moonshine, maybe? Something like that. So they had like a little stage, and there was like a brewer over here for the moonshine, and then like a bunch of things. So I was up here and I took a picture of this area. It was kind of cool. But the area also was like, this was still all right by that Mellow Mushroom Pizza place. And they had the funniest ads just up everywhere. They were all like rip-offs of like movies. And this is just one of the ones I found I grabbed a picture of, but I was like, this is crazy. They have such good like marketing or something. I don't know what the hell. It was so good. But they did it for like a ton of movies and stuff. And then the last thing we did was we stopped for ice cream. We wanted to so many other days and we never got to. We finally decided in the Wizard's Calzone, right? We finally decided we were gonna stop for ice cream. So we stopped back at that Sugar Bear place. M got a scoop of Superman, something like that. You know, it's a pretty normal ass ice cream, but delicious. I decided I was gonna get this sundae. It was a churro sundae. It was really good. It was entirely too much. It was entirely too much. Holy hell, this thing was too much. It was really good. The churros were super fresh and super delicious. The ice cream was like a cinnamon butterscotch kind of ice cream, and it was really good, but it was too much. I did eat. I felt like I ate kind of a lot of it, but not as much as I didn't eat all of it. But Em did get this picture of me with like a good chunk of it broken down, and you can see my good sunburn on my arm here too. But she was getting a picture of this place, which was it was a really cool place. The floors were this what do they call that? The epoxy. But it was like that swirled epoxy. It was really cool. But they did a bunch of do love good ice cream, right? It was really good too. But they do, I'm sorry, that's just my face. They do a bunch of cotton candy and stuff over here. And the cotton candies are huge. Huge. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And the counters were awesome. What were the counters made out of? Was the counters those like pearlescent like tiles? Was that what you were talking about? These? Yeah, those were really cool. They were like pearlescent tiles. So like different ways they got hit in the light, they would shine like a little bit differently. But yeah, they would do these huge cotton candies. They were like massive. Like I'm pretty sure my couple of my nieces like got some and they were like bigger than they were. Reminds you have in Ohio a good ice cream place. Jenny's Ice Cream. Jenny's Ice Cream? Is it Jenny with one N? Is it? Because I see Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream. I don't know what this is. Ooh, interesting. Oh yeah, I know this. It is with one N. Yeah, I know this. This is based out of Ohio. Oh shit, I did not know that. To be honest, did not know that. Oh shit, I'll have to check this place out. Oh, they have a place in Ohio too. Interesting. I'll keep that up on a second page. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, yeah, good ice cream is kind of ballin'. So we really wanted to hit an ice cream place. That was one of our goals. It was one of the things we wanted to do was get ice cream one day. So we did, and that was that day. So then Friday is technically our last day before we were going to start to drive home. Saturday we were going to start driving home. So Friday, we have one more day, and we decided that we wanted to do the Titanic Museum. I don't know why. Oh, real quick, I'll show you some more scenic things real quick. Hold on. Before I talk about Titanic Museum, I got this cool picture of the Smoky Mountains being smoky. I'm just saying, they were smoky. Oh, they were smoky. But yeah, we decided we're gonna go do the Titanic Museum. Again, not sure why they have a Titanic Museum. Maritime history, yeah, it was really cool. It was so cool. And I'll talk about it in more depth here in just a second. Again, I don't know why they have one, but this is the outside of the area. It's just a massive Titanic. It does not make sense. It does not make sense why they have it. But this place was so cool. Obviously it's so you can see it's just a half, but they may have plenty. They may have. So, okay, so we get there, and as soon as you get in line, they hand you a passport, a boarding pass. Sorry. This was Emily's. So you get assigned a person who was on the Titanic. It tells you your name, your class, your age, where you were from, or where your destination was, and then there's a bunch of history all about you. So Emily's a 9-year-old third-class passenger, and there's a bunch of facts about her. and then I got a 53-year-old crew member who is a printer. And I was just crew member, so I wasn't even like getting off anywhere. I'm just there to just be working. And so the whole point of this is you get your character, or your person, I should say, and you go through and you learn a bunch of stuff about the Titanic, and then at the end you find out if you're one of the people who lived or died. So we get in, and the entrance to the museum is so beautiful. Like, this is just like a crazy area. But as you go through, they're obviously showing you like tons and tons of facts. Things like different statistics, like how it was built in Belfast, a bunch of like the built-in kind of information and stuff. Really, really cool stuff. I also got a picture of this because it was funny to me. I'm just saying. Am I 10? Yes. Is it funny? Yeah, it was still funny, all right? It was still funny, all right? But so yeah, you go around and they had like these cool little like cutouts of like the different sections and stuff, so you could see like the staircase and like the first class like areas and stuff. It was really, really cool. So they had a couple of blame the French. I always do blame the French. But they had like these areas with little cutouts so you could see in and stuff. It was really, really cool. Tons of like statistics and stuff. I didn't get a lot of like the statistic pictures and stuff because I was reading those to myself. It was, you know, whatever. This is like the ship designer Tom Andrews. They also had a picture of the Captain Smith and his dog Ben, which Ben was not on the Titanic, thank God. But goddamn, look at how fucking cute Ben is, though. Ben is fucking so cute. That's a big boy, right? He's so cute, though. It was funny too. I'll show you this just because it was funny to me. So they showed this thing about Grapes Pub. And then they had this little thing over here talking about it. So Grapes Pub was like a pub in England. And they said there was a bunch of crew members who went out to celebrate like the day before the Titanic took off. Some of them got a little too inebriated and missed the boat. And we were like, wow, imagine how pissed they were at the time. But then later on, they were like, you know what? That was really lucky. Insane. The turn of events that kind of stuff happens. But this is a cool little walkway. They had a lot of these like areas like this where it was like they built like the inner parts of like the museum to look like the inside of the ship and everything. It was really, really cool. So this area led to this area with a bunch of photos, which I didn't get any pictures in that room, but that area was so cool. So they talked about this guy, Frank. Frank was a guy who got on in England, I think, and I believe he departed in Ireland before they took off for America. And Frank took a ton of photos, like an ass load of photos, essentially. And they talk about Frank is one of the biggest reasons why they say the only reason, I bet you there's other people, why we have any photos of the Titanic. They say all the photos that we essentially see of the Titanic are because of Frank. I'm sure there's some other ones here and there, but like the majority of the things that you get to see are from that dude. And it's because, you know, he didn't take the whole voyage. He was just going from England to Ireland. So they have this whole area is like dedicated to him past this point, which was really cool. They have a little third class quarters that you could see. Yeah, super cool. They also have, so this is a third class quarter. Oh, well, also this was kind of interesting. So they have like bunks, and then they have like a wash station. And I was like, oh, they don't have a bathroom in their room. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about it. But the third class passengers would have had a communal bathroom area, which is kind of gross. Like, I feel bad. That's no pun intended, kind of shitty. They also had this really cool replica of the grand staircase, which you took this, you could take this up to the next part of the museum and stuff. Go to the poop deck, right? Exactly. Yeah, this was really cool. And then, oh right, so this is the little, like, they have like a little area where like the captains, you know where you would be steering and you could steer the boat a little bit. It was pretty cool. You didn't do anything, but it's cool. So this is what Plenty was talking about. From here, you go out here, and I apologize to these kids. Let me. I have another one that I AI generated. I'm sorry. I just removed some people. so I don't have to show you guys those people's faces. I apologize, people. But like right along this railing, I removed him. Whatever. Don't talk to me about it. Right there it is. Yep. Right along here is water, and it is at a crisp 28 degrees. And what you do is you put your hand in there, and they have these little stations right here where it's paper towels so you can dry your hand, and then a trash can. And you put your hand in, and you can leave it in as long as you want. But I bet you're not leaving it in that long, because fucking 28 degree water is insane. Literally, you put your hand in there, and your hand is hurting in like 5 seconds. I think I was able to do maybe 15 seconds before I was like, holy shit, that's excruciating. It was insane. And we watched this thing that talked about like people who are in the water 15 minutes in, your body would go unconscious because it couldn't handle the pain anymore. Yeah, it was so sad. Literally within like 15 minutes, your body would just be like, no, we can't do this anymore. So, a lot of people who were trying to get rescued at that point, like, there's nothing you can do. Your body just shuts down. It's super sad. Sorry, Em. I'm gonna show. No, yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna show the pictures of you. Mine are unflattering. It's fine. If only there was room on that door, bro. I don't remember. Do I have a picture? I didn't get a picture of the door. They had the door there. Damn, Emily didn't either. Nobody got a picture of the door. We didn't give a shit about the door. Okay, so then they had this area where they would show you the different slope degrees that the Titanic went to, and then you get to walk up them. So M very, very generously is showing us how terrifying the first 12 degrees would be. And then it got even more insane at 30 degrees. And then just slightly more crazy at this degree, which we cannot see. Yeah, so they just literally had like a little section where they were like this, and then, like that. And you can walk up them. And it was crazy. 40, maybe, could be. Hard to tell. Can't see it on mine. Oh, maybe you can see it on this. No, we both had the thing. Yeah, it was a really cool idea. It was, this last one was legitimately like, I mean, if you were trying to just walk up it normally, like it's nearly impossible. You have to use this railing on the side to get up. It was crazy. Cool. Let me bring this back here a little bit. Sorry. Let me bring this back to my dude, Abraham Michelini. Michelini? Man, I don't know how you say his name. I'm sorry, Abraham. So we get to the point where you get to see the board. Here's the crew. 214 survived and 688 perished. Right here, down in the perished. I didn't make it, guys. I didn't make it. I was just a printer, you know, just trying to find my way, and I didn't make it. I know this music right now is really helping sell the point that this is sad, but oh shit, I did get a picture of the door. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I did get a picture of the door. Part of the crew can't make it. No, that's not true. There's 214 who did. Look at all these motherfuckers who made it. Bunch of bitch asses. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Here's a better picture of my name on the board here. I should have drank and slept in, bro. You so right. All right. Let me show you guys the door. They had the door there. So they had a whole section that was dedicated to like the movie, which was cool, but also just kind of unnecessary. So they did have the door. I got the door right there for you. One of the crew members survived 3 sinking ships. Can't remember the name. Jesus Christ. That guy is the luckiest person. Arthur John Priest and Violet Yesup. Damn, that's crazy. I bet you we could find their names in the board. They were part of the crew? Okay, you said Arthur John Priest? There's Arthur Priest right here. Violet, yes, up here, right here. Nice calls. I'm glad that it's cool listen. Yes, up. Okay, yeah. I found it. It's cool to get that little bit of like validation of like, oh yeah, they are on that board. Yeah, I wasn't lying. Yeah, that's really cool. Nice. So yeah, sorry, let me go back to this real quick. I would have retired from Sea Life. Exactly. So they had a little section that was dedicated to like the movie, which again, I was like, whatever, didn't really care. So they had like, this was all made of Lego though, which was really cool. That part was really cool. The rest of it, I just didn't care about. The movie just, I mean, the movie's whatever, like it's great, but I just felt like the museum felt like it was so like, here's all the facts about everything. I didn't need all that other shit. So yeah, this was super cool. I believe it was made by like a kid, which was cool. And then there's just a couple more things. Movie stuff there, right? That's what I felt like. I was like, bro, don't put the movie stuff here. So yeah, then they had this is like on the way back down the staircase. Just a cool little, this is such a cool little area that they remade that area. They had like the little chandelier up at the top. Super cool. But yeah, that was the end of that day for us. And then I was trying to see, do I have anything else I really want to show you guys from the trip? The rest of our, I think that's it. So this was Friday. This was our last day there. So Friday night, we get packed up. Saturday, we head back to the hotel in Florence, Kentucky again. We stay the night. We drive back all the way back to Ohio on Sunday. This last Sunday, we get home at like 4 something. I go see my dad for a couple of hours, and that was a wrap. There wasn't much else. It was a good time. I think we both enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot, all things being said. But it was a good time. I was trying to see if I had anything else I wanted to show you guys. Seems like a pretty good trip, right? It was. I told Vash, like, whenever you get a lot of people together, it's always kind of tough just to get everybody on the same track so that was a little tough at times. We were just trying to, there was 16 people all there. Not all of them were adults, but you're still trying to get all those adults to try and like, are you doing this? Are you not doing this? What time? What's happening? And it was just tough. But I think we all did a pretty good job at making sure we got the things done that we wanted to do. Like, we did the things we wanted to do. So I'm not mad about it at all. So that being said, would I ever do that again? Yeah, for sure. It was a good time. I felt like Gatlinburg was really cool. The Titanic Museum was in Pigeon Forge, and we only went there that one day. There was so much more to do there that we could have done, that I would love to go do, maybe at a later date. Nashville still seems like a really cool place that I want to go to. I want to have authentic Nashville hot chicken at some point. There's a lot of those things I would love to still do. So I'm feeling like, yeah, all things said and done, Tennessee, pretty cool. Kentucky, I know less about, so I don't really give a shit about Kentucky. I can't really give a yay or nay to Kentucky, but it was whatever. Yeah, cool. Thanks guys for kind of just hanging out while I was yapping about my trip. It was really fun. I'm glad I got to go do it. I'm glad I got some time away. Glad I got some color to the skin. Just not up here. Just not up here where the whiteness is still in. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad I got some time away. I definitely missed being here. Definitely missed streaming. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, it was good, guys. So we're gonna get into some news here in just a few. I'm probably gonna take a quick break just so I can hit the bathroom. We got news from like the last week to go over. We're not gonna go over everything. But we did watch Summer Game Fest the other day, so we're not going to go over any Summer Game Fest stuff, but there was some other game stuff that got announced, and we'll go over that and some other things here and there. Thursday, I'll be back Thursday. I think we'll beat System Shock Thursday. There's no guarantee on that. But yeah, that is kind of the plan, at least for the rest of this week. Vash is streaming tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. He's going to be starting Onimusha 2. That's the remake of Onimusha, which is going to be super cool. And then we'll be back doing Split Fiction over on The Wolf and the Kid. Back to just normal ass shit. I'm so excited about it, guys. Yeah, let me grab like a quick 5 here just so I can hit the bathroom. And then we'll get into some news. We have, like I said, a lot of news to get into, guys. And a lot of it is actually pretty cool stuff. So just grab yourselves a quick break. When we get back, we'll jump into some news, and that's all we're doing today. No gaming, nothing today. It was Yap Central today. So yeah, if you need to Get up, stretch, hit the bathroom, get something to eat, something to drink. I'm still got it. Just meet me back here in 5. He did. Damn, bro had $28? That worth it. It's a crazy statement to make, but I think she's a little crazy. Who are you? Oh my God. Oh, I see. Oh, that guy's an asshole. Oh shit. Fuck, we're back down here though. Oh man. The loser doesn't make it out of here. Damn. With the left, with the right. Oh shit. Cough. You shouldn't have talked shit. Thanks. Hey, Calvin. Okay, well you can't have a log in your hand and talk to Calvin. Oh my God. And I have him go get sticks. Jesus Christ. Fucking slapped him in the back of the head with a fucking log. That's all you get too, just a flash, you know? No more. Oh my God. You son of a bitch. God damn it. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Look at this fucking thing. Oh. Got you. God. He came out blasting. I'm always about getting weird. Have you met me? That's why I like you, sheep. That's why I like you. Yeah, it was getting haptic. I was gonna grab a little more tea real quick. Give me 1 second, and I will be right back, guys. Let me hold on 1 second. I'm wondering now. It's a glossy JPEG. Damn, I love a good glossy JPEG. Love a PNG. PNGs are the best. Tiff, if you want that lossless, oh gosh. Who knew? Not I. Brick to the face. Hey. All right. Yo, thank you so much, Lone. Yeah, have a great night. Look at it. I like this song. Just 3. Look at that. Yes, That's right, just 3. Your boy. Oh no. Come on, kill him. That was. Oh, all right. Welcome on back, y'all. Welcome. Woo. Give everybody a few minutes to get back still. And then we're going to get into some news for the last little bit here. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Just as a kind of an update, recently a company came around and was doing some fiber in my neighborhood. And I've been trying to keep an eye out for when they were going to come around and hit me up. And they had put everything down like in my neighborhood, but I hadn't gotten like the you're hooked in and everything kind of deal. So I went over to their website and you can like fill out a thing that they'll like contact you, and they contacted me today. And I need to talk to them soon. I need to figure out what that's gonna be like. So I might be upgrading some internet here in the next couple of months, which can only be good things. Oh shit, I forgot about this too. Put this up here for a minute. Yeah, so I should be getting real fiber internet here soon. Real fiber. Also, real quick, I was gonna say one of the places we stopped at while we were in Gatlinburg was Gatlinburg. Yeah, was like another another candy place. We got some like legitimate candy, but we also picked this up because we thought this will be funny. And we want to show up. We want other people in our family to try it. So we got like essentially everybody to try it, at least a little bit. We found, that's right, pickle cotton candy. And if you guys have never seen this stuff or tried it, it was a real hit or miss kind of situation. Like people were either like thought this was the most gross shit ever, or it was okay. Like there was no like love of it. It was all like yeah, that's okay. Yeah, pickle cotton candy. It looks like it got eaten a lot. It did not. It literally sat in the car and ended up just like condensing because of the heat. It was still pretty full when we brought it back. But we did get everybody to try it. It was like a couple of bucks. We didn't really care. We wanted to just get it, have people try it, like all together as a family. And we did. We all kind of suffered or enjoyed it together. Yum. You think you would like this title? Because I like pickles, and I thought it was okay. I don't really love cotton candy that much, so it's got a weird flavor to it. I want to try it. Here, Plenty. I'll open it up. Here, you get in. You get into it a little bit. Oh, that's the butt side. Hold up. That's the side that doesn't look like cotton candy. There you go. Get you a little piece of that. Aside from all the sugar. Right. I know. That's how I feel like. I felt like it was worth like trying, but not the butt side. It's worth trying, but not worth like eating the whole thing for, right? I will say the smell is diabolical. It's dill with a hint of sugar. Oh god, it smells wild. Shit. Sounds okay. Yeah, I thought it sounded okay too. It was okay. It was very okay. Ugh. All right, let's get into some news. We got a lot to go over, so let's jump into it.
Good news, everyone!
All right, if you guys ever have anything you want me to talk about over here, make sure you jump into the Discord. There's a news channel. You can drop whatever articles you want me to talk about, which does remind me, let me make sure I close out our old one here. There we go. Pickle flavored smoked peanuts. That sounds great. I love pickle flavor on everything. I am definitely a pickle flavor person, so is M. She hated this cotton candy. She said it was disgusting. She even tried some right before stream too, just as I found it. She was like, oh, let me give it another try. And she was like, "Huh!" So I don't know. It was, like I said, kind of very hit or miss. All right, let's get into our first article here. Oh man, there's a bunch of hair on my face. You can now subscribe to Game Informer magazine again. That is right. Game Informer is coming back as a full magazine, and you can subscribe. Also, this picture is just a nice picture. They got the Chemex with the magazine. I have not subscribed yet, but I do think I'm gonna try and get a subscription going again. I thought about going all digital, and then I thought maybe I do want to get back in on the magazine portion of this. This is by Matt Miller. Not that that's too big of a deal who wrote this. But today we're thrilled to unveil the new Game Informer subscription program. We're relaunching Game Informer in March so we could return to covering the games we love and sharing the enthusiasm with all you. With all of you. We told you then that the print and digital magazine would return soon. That time has come, and we can't wait to share you what we've been working on. In the wake of Game Informer's return, we listened to you, our readers, viewers, and we spoke to our as a team about how we wanted to move in the future. And we think we have some clear answers. We want to deliver a premium magazine steeped in exclusive access, entertaining articles, and deep insight into gaming that speaks through range of voices squarely to dedicated gaming hobbyists. We want to extend that philosophy into our website, video, streaming, and podcast efforts, connecting our audiences to a deeper engagement with day-to-day events and reveals and creators behind the games. Jesus Christ, my brain is still getting in here. And we want Game Informer to reach outside of gaming and build in a way for every subscriber to make the world a little better. And here's how we're doing those things. Dill cashews from Aldi's all the time. I'm all in on pickle stuff. Yeah, same, man. Which is, like I said, I'm right there, man. I love me some pickle stuff. But again, people who love pickle stuff didn't necessarily like this, and people who dislike pickle stuff didn't necessarily hate this. So it's kind of weird. Got my subscription in. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the subscription thing again. I need to take a look. We start by offering a substantial discount for anyone who signs up for a subscription in the coming days. We know everything is expensive right now, but we try to make memberships as affordable as we can so you can help be founder of this new era of our 34-year-old gaming institution. Game Informer print magazine is bigger and better than before, a true premium gaming periodical. We have roughly 15% more pages in every one of our 10 yearly issues. The cover stock is thicker and high quality than before. The paper is superior and better able to showcase screen and art. Each issue ships in a poly bag to keep it safe as it arrives in your mailbox. Every year, the final 10th issue is a special edition with even more pages, a special cover treatment, and a massive end-of-year celebration of the best in gaming. Across every issue, you'll find more exclusive features written by a broader range of contributing writers worldwide. Our focus will always remain video games, but we'll also connect you to stories on the best in tech, tabletop, collectibles, and all the topics that help you shape your gaming hobbies. So they show off this Hades 2 cover art, and I was so upset at how good this looks. Good lord. Each subscriber will have access to new issues digitally on the day they launch. In fact, you can read every page of every Game Informer that has ever published since we began in 1991. The new issues 2025 and later will be added to the magazine archive every time we publish exclusively available to subscribers. Here on the site, we'll have additional articles, photos, galleries, travel logs, and more provided exclusively to subscribers, expanding behind the scenes access to Game Informer as we cover the games you love. All logged in subscribers will see reduced ads on the website, and for our international readers, or if you prefer not to receive the printed magazine, our digital subscribers is available to anywhere in the world. Finally, video games may video games may keep us inside most of the time, but we feel, as many of you do, this hobby connects people, and we truly believe most gamers want to help the world around them. That's why we partner with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital as a new core partner for our business. When you subscribe to Game Informer, 5% of your purchase price is set aside and donated directly to this worthy charity, which seeks cures and preventions for catastrophic illnesses in children. It's our small way of linking our love of gaming to the need of a broader world, and your support help make a real difference. So yeah, that's really a bunch of really interesting and cool stuff. This is awesome. I'm glad that we're gonna see more print media coming back, at least as far as Game Informer is involved. And yeah, that Hades 2 one immediately itself just makes me want to get in. So they have the digital only, which is $32 a year, which gets you digital magazines, 10 issues per year, exclusive web features, fewer ads, digital archive access, and 5% of your subscription goes to St. Jude's. Or you do the 48, which is the print and digital, which does the print magazine, digital magazine, a special edition game of the year, 10th issue, the web features, fewer ads, digital archive access, and the 5%. Yeah, I'm gonna probably try and pick up. I thought about going digital only because for a little while there I was like, yeah, I want to have magazines again, but I gotta find like a good place to put them. And I thought, man, do I really want to do that? And then over the last week while I've thought about it, I was like, yeah, I think I do want to do that. So I'll probably get in on this on the digital, the print and digital at some point here. I'll put it off to the side so I can get in a little later, but it's super cool. I'm so glad that that's coming back. And again, you get the archive, so that's all Game Informers that have previously, been printed in the past too. So super cool. Definitely worth checking out. Even if you just get into the digital only, it's definitely a worthy cause. Get in and support some good causes here. All right, let's get into some gaming news now that we've showed enough for Game Informer. This is by Tom Phillips. The archive is pretty sick, right? Princess Peach and Toad's veteran voice actor says Nintendo told her she'd been replaced on Switch 2 launch day as Mario Kart World released without her in it. Kind of scummy. I will say, a dude came up to me today at work, saw my Majora's Mask tattoo, and was like, dude, that's Majora's Mask? That's sick. And he was like, yeah. So we talked for a couple minutes, and he's the first person who was like, man, I'm not doing it. Nintendo has gone too far at this point, and he's like, I'm not giving them my money anymore. And I think that that's not going to be everybody's sentiment. I don't think it's going to be a lot of people's sentiment, but I think that is starting to become a little bit of a sentiment. I think people are starting to realize Nintendo not such a nice company anymore. Voice actor Samantha Kelly discovered her 18-year tenure as Super Mario character Princess Peach and Toad was over on Nintendo Switch 2 launch day when Mario Kart World released without her in it. Kelly might not be a household name, but she has featured as Peach and Toad in more than 70 games for Nintendo DS, 3DS, Wii, Wii U, and Switch since Mario Strikers Charge released in 2007. From Super Mario Bros. To Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Kart to Super Smash Bros., Kelly has provided the voice for 2 of the Mushroom Kingdom's biggest roles, including when her character took center stage, such as Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker, and last year's Princess Peach Showtime. That is insane. It seems like these companies never know how to let go of big voices. It's crazy because they let go the guy who does Mario's voice, and I felt like they did fine with that guy, right? Like they did okay with him, but it wasn't like they like surprised him. They like he knew. This is just crazy because it's like technically they're like somewhat side characters to like Mario or whatever, but like you didn't even tell them. That's insane. Thank you for so many years of friendship and joy, Kelly wrote in a message to fans on Instagram. I'm sad that it's over. I truly would have wanted to voice Peach and Toad forever. Nintendo let me know yesterday that they've decided to recast these roles. I'm grateful that I got to do these voices for so many years. Peach and Toad are such strong and beautiful characters that I pray they live on forever, no matter who voices them. So much love, Princess Peach, Toad. That is so shitty. That is with Metal Gear 2. Yeah, you're right about that too, man. You are very right. It's because they moved on from David Hayter to did they who does the voice now, or did the voice? Was it I keep on thinking, was it Kiefer Sutherland? Sutherland? I feel like I'm slurring my words a little too much here. Sutherland? Yeah. Kiefer? Yeah, that shit is just crazy. And this seems like super sad, where she's just like, I just wanted to keep, I would have liked to just keep doing them, but they told me that they're moving on without me. Like, damn, bro, I feel so sad. Damn, that is real shitty. And like I said, I feel like people are starting to see that side of Nintendo a little bit, and they're just not necessarily that it's changing anything for them. For a couple people, it may change how they spend their money with Nintendo. Like I said, I ran into a person specifically today who was like, yep, I'm done giving Nintendo my money right now. You know, so I don't think it's going to be an issue for them, not long term. You know, Nintendo will be fine, but it's just interesting to see how the opinion of Nintendo is changing. I feel like for a long time they were kind of the they could do no wrong kind of company, you know? Now it feels like they're kind of they're getting downgraded to the likes of like every other company, which is I don't think what they want. Frankly, I don't think that's what they want. I'm gonna get into a little bit of the Liquid Death here. Like Disney. Yeah, I agree with that. I think so. I think that's a spot on comparison, man. Spot on. All right, let's keep on going. We're gonna kind of hit a couple of these pretty quick, just because we do not have a ton of time, and I don't want to be dwelling too much on some of these, but I do want to hit them. So again, Friday, a couple Fridays ago, what was it? The 6th? The 5th? The 6th? The 6th. I don't remember. When we watched Summer Game Fest. Since then, there was a couple other things that did some announcements, and Xbox was one of them. So Xbox Games Showcase 2025, everything that was announced. Michael Kripe wrote this, and we'll just go over everything that got announced. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 officially announced for PC and console coming this year. Yay, another Call of Duty game. Hollow Knight Silksong doubled down on a 2025 launch, so they say it's gonna be available this fucking year. Nice tan. Hey, thanks, Jenny. How you doing? Phil Spencer teased Forza, Fable, Gears of War E-Day, and maybe even Halo for 2026. Yeah, they keep on saying Silksong's gonna come this year. Where'd you go? I went to Tennessee for a week, and it was quite nice. Tennessee is pretty cool. Final Fantasy, what is this? 7 Remake Intergrade coming to Xbox this winter. Final Fantasy 16 out today. 16? What the fuck is 6? Is it? Wasn't 16 already out? Or is 16 was not 16 out for whatever? I'm not sure. But yeah, man. So Final Fantasy remakes are gonna stick with the terrible names like Intergrade. Awesome. Good news. Invincible Versus fighting game trailer revealed, which is a 3v3 combat for PC and console. That is going to be a fighting 3v3 fighting game based on the Invincible comic and show. Persona 4 remake is real, and it's called Persona 4 Revival. Animo lets players transform into Pokemon-like creatures in a bubbly gameplay trailer. I did watch a little bit of this Animo, and I was like, damn. You know what it reminded me of was Pal World. I think everybody sees Pal World and what Pal World did as a game and the success that they've had, and was like, yes, I want that. And so more games are going to do that. Age of Mythology Retold reveals Heavenly Spear expansion is coming this fall. Age of Mythology is a Age of Empires spin-off, but is using mythological like gods and things like that to as units and things. Planet of Lana 2 Children of Leaf confirmed and is coming to PC and console in 2026. This is crazy because I just played Planet of Lana and that game was pretty good, and I was like, shit, we're getting Planet of Lana 2. I do have the trailer for this too. I should grab it. We'll watch it real quick. I was so shocked. Planet of Lana 2, yo, right? Craziness. So here, I'll show you guys the trailer for it.
E ora Olaiem loite fativi novo Ilo te kemaite mana muite unanite waeora dia novo tua libemo iwa lotaname ona utalima diefema Teonami Toma tua calio terali
Damn, that guy got slapped in the face. He's got a wild voice. Woo! Yeah, so I was pretty surprised that we were gonna get a Planet Alana 2. I felt like, not that the first game was like a full ending to the game, but it was like, okay, cool. That was really cool. I just didn't expect another one. Yeah, and it looks good. It looks like it's picking up, you know, exactly where the first one kind of left off, and I'm very excited about it. The first one was good. Wasn't great or anything, but it was good and it was beautiful. I think it was worth having a sequel. I just didn't expect it to get a sequel. I just didn't know how popular it was. So I'm very excited about that. Mudang 2 Hearts trailer reveals gripping stealth action coming in 2026. I don't know what this is. There are no ghosts at the Grand trailer. What? There are no ghosts at the Grand trailer reveals vibrant new world coming to PC and consoles in 2026. There are no ghosts at the Grand, apparently is the name. Okay. Aphelion is a chilling space adventure from Don't Nod. Ooh, interesting. I didn't see this. I'll have to take a look. Clockwork Revolution takes a deep dive into steampunk world. Interesting. Chronos: The New Dawn is a Bloober Team sci-fi horror game coming this fall. Yeah, we already knew about this, but I did grab the trailer for the Chronos as well, because I am very excited about this. So as we're kind of finding these, and if I have trailers for them, I'm just gonna grab the trailer and we'll take a look at them. This game looks so good, so good.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached.
I am so excited for this.
Travel log. Attempting data salvage.
And Bloober Team seems to be a great team.
Orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual. They become exceptionally aggressive.
It is highly recommended to proceed with caution.
They seem to act more consistently, in coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Such is our calling.
Such is our calling.
Whoo! Yeah, this game looks great. I'm very excited for it. Fall 2025. So, yep. They've shown off a lot about it. There was even another trailer that showed off a little more gameplay, which was really cool. I'm definitely gonna be checking this game out. Grounded 2 confirmed coming to game preview on July 29th, the end of next month. They're showing this one off. I do have this one as well, and okay, I'm a little conflicted about this one, mostly because I watched the trailer, and the trailer has some copyrighted music. We'll watch it. I'm not happy about it.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast!
If you didn't know, Vash and I played a little Grounded 1, so...
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything!
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle and Dr. Tully, when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
You gotta keep them separated.
Just bring it down a little bit, though. Yeah, this looks really good, though. Yeah, I think it looks great too. So many biomes. Yeah, man, it looks great. And I agree, ant riding looks great. The mount system looks really cool. Look at this guy right here. Your man is on an orb weaver against a different kind of spider. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of grounded too, you know, sooner than later. We will keep an eye on it, I guess. So yeah, it's cool that they're doing mounts and stuff. I'm very excited to see what they end up doing with this. The first one was a lot of fun. I think we were having a good time with it. The problem was Monster Hunter came out and we just didn't have enough time to keep playing it. So we didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't. We had to move on. But that looks great. Spiritfarer developer reveals action game at Fate's End. Ooh, interesting. I've only heard good things about Spiritfarer. I think Vash is going to play it at some point. I'm very excited about that. At Fate's End. Interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Beast of Reincarnation is a Game Freak game coming to PC and console in 2026. Oh, so it's going to be bad? So it's gonna run like ass. Spiritfarer is incredible. Yeah, I've been really excited about seeing Spiritfarer. I knew Vash or I was gonna end up playing it, and then he ended up getting like a good deal or something. I was like, perfect, man. Then I don't have to play it, and I can just watch it and just be in my feels about it. And I'm very excited about that. Looks better than Pokemon. Does it run better than Pokemon? Isn't hard. Yeah, I was not sure. I didn't see much about this. Low bar. That's right. Super easy to get over that bar. Let me have a look here. Sorry, I'm just skipping ahead a little bit. I just want a general idea of what the game is kind of like here. Yeah, this looks cool. I bet you they're just excited to do something that's not Pokemon. I know that they've probably done other things that weren't Pokemon, right? Game Freak has done other things, but maybe they haven't, and I don't know that. Yeah, they've done a couple of little things here and there, it looks like. But I bet you they are just excited to not do Pokemon stuff for a little bit. Yeah, Tembo, I see that. Okay. Yeah, they've done a couple other things, but most of it is Pokemon. So I'm sure they're just excited to, you know, anytime they get to do stuff that's not Pokemon, they're probably like, yep, cool. So very fun. Double Fine's next game is an otherworldly game with a walking lighthouse called Keeper. I watched the trailer for this and I wasn't like sold on this idea. So yeah, you play as like a lighthouse that's like navigating the world. I don't know, it looked fine. I like Double Fine a lot, and so I'm definitely gonna keep this on my radar, but I wasn't completely sold. I would like to see a little more. It was a weird one. It was, but Double Fine is such a good publisher or developer, so I'm like, yeah, man, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'll give them another look. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC, The Order of Giants, whips up September 4th this year. That's cool. I did watch the trailer for this real quick. Yeah, I mean, I think The Great Circle was heralded as a pretty good game. So it's cool to get there, see that they're getting some DLC. Hopefully it's good. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 launch trailer highlights Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Doom content, which is always cool. Tony Hawk always has some content inside the game and stuff, and so just highlighting some of that is pretty cool. Ninja Gaiden 4 slices into players with October 21st, 2025 release date. Very cool. Super Meat Boy 3D reveals the first look at gameplay. This one looked really cool, enough so that I did grab the trailer for this. Super Meat Boy is just one of those games. I agree. 3D is a weird choice. Also, real quick, I just wanted to mention this because they do show it. I was like, you know, at the end of a Super Meat Boy level, they show you how you died all the different times. They do show what they're going to do in the 3D, and it's pretty wild. Look at this. Do you see all the Meat Boys running around?
Super Meat Boy 3D.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a weird choice, but I think they could nail it. This is another team that's really good, so I'm not worried about it. It looks good. It was weird, like I said. I was like, how are they gonna do like showing you how all the different ways you died? So they'll just show you like a ton of different Meat Boys. I was like, okay, well, nope, that makes sense. Looks all right. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see once people get to play it how the controls feel. You know, the one thing about Super Meat Boy is usually the controls are so tight that you just, you know, when you make a mistake, you know that it's your mistake. 3D feels like it could throw a wrench into that a little bit, but I'll be interested to see. Sea of Thieves Season 17 Smuggler's Tide launches in August. I did watch the trailer for this again. I love Sea of Thieves. I haven't gotten to play in a long time, but I'm glad they're still doing seasons. That's crazy. But yeah, glad to see it. Still looks great. The ROG Xbox Ally X is real and it's coming later this year. I do have the trailer for this as well. So this is going to be Xbox's handheld. I do this in quotations because it's an ROG Ally, which is already a handheld, but they're doing some things in collaboration with Xbox and Windows to try and make this a Xbox handheld. But yeah, we'll take a look at the the trailer for it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I think ROG, the Ally, is a really good handheld. It's a little expensive. I don't know what the market, like the people who are going to be in the market for this are not the same people who are going to be in the market for like a Switch or a Switch 2, you know. These are going to be expensive, but it's cool. I'm glad to see Xbox is getting in there, and it's just like with a team up with ROG who's already doing this, so it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, pretty cool. They also announced a wider team up with AMD. Yeah, I have something about that towards the end, because it's kind of a bigger push into some of their future stuff. Having all the storefronts on it, yeah, I'm very excited. From what I've seen, just a little bit about it, it looks like it's going to be a really good handheld. It's going to be just a solid handheld. So I'm excited to see more more about it as we get more information. It might be a really worthy Windows handheld. Resonance: A Plague's Tale Legacy revealed, coming in 2026 for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. High End Life 2 announced for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. I know people love themselves some High End Life, some Squanch games. Their humor is never for me, which is not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. So I did grab this one because I figured people would be excited to see a little bit of this. The trailer is not good, if you ask me, but again, maybe I'm just biased. So I did grab it, and you guys can let me know.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro. Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Oh, I don't understand this trailer. It seems so bad to me. Like I get that they just want to announce it, but they like it's like all like just rendered shit, and it makes no sense. It doesn't even have any like the humor or anything. Like they did like that sketch at the beginning and the end or whatever, but like the sketch wasn't even funny. I know that I don't think like most of it's not funny, but that one was like legitimately just not good. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I know that the first one looked like it was going to be pretty good. Again, just it was not on my radar, but I know people were excited about it. So we're going to get a second one. Hopefully it'll kind of live up to the to what people expected from the first one. So very pointless. Yeah, a little bit. It's more of just the announcement, I think, which is fine. I think they could have just been like, hey, we're doing a second one. And people would be like, okay, cool, yeah. it would have done just as much as that minute 30 of that would have, you know. So very cool. I'm glad that there's gonna be another one. Like I said, I know people liked the first. So Outer Worlds 2 release date set for October 29th. Cool. I played a little bit of the Outer Worlds years ago. The first one wasn't for me. Cool. And that is it for the Xbox games showcase. Lots of cool stuff talked about there, though. Cool. I need to look up something real quick. Give me 1 second, and then we'll get into our next topic. Ugh. All right, so let me get back to it. Let's jump into these next two. I kind of put them together because I believe that they are about the same thing. Video game actors strike might end soon after SAG-AFTRA reaches tentative agreement over AI and more. Wesley LeBlanc wrote this one. Oh, this one does have the update. Let's do the original and then we'll go over the update. The video game actors strike that began last July over AI concerns and more may end soon. SAG-AFTRA has announced it has reached a tentative agreement with signatory game companies, including Activision Productions Inc., Blind Light LLC, Disney Character Voices Inc., Electronic Arts Productions Inc., Epic Games Inc., Formosa Interactive LLC, Insomniac Games Inc., Take-Two Productions Inc., and WB Games Inc. The agreement is subject to review and approval by the National Board and ratification by the members in the coming weeks, and it's expected that the terms of a strike suspension agreement will be finalized with employers soon, according to SAG-AFTRA. When that agreement is finalized, the strike that began July 16th last year will end. However, until that agreement is finalized, the strike will continue. Everyone at SAG-AFTRA is immensely grateful for the sacrifices made by video game performers and the dedication of the Interactive Media Agreement Negotiation Committee throughout these many months of the video game strike. SAG-AFTRA's National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator Duncan Crabtree, Ireland, wrote in a press release, patience and persistence have resulted in a deal that puts in place the necessary AI guardrails that defend performers' livelihoods in the AI age alongside other important gains. In the same press release, SAG-AFTRA president Fran Drescher wrote, "Our video game performers stood strong against the biggest employers in one of the world's most lucrative industries. Their incredible courage and persistence, combined with their tireless work of our negotiating committee, has at last secured a deal. The needle has been moved forward, and we are much better off than we were before. As soon as this is ratified, we roll up our sleeves and begin to plan our next negotiation. Every contract is a work in progress, and progress is the name of the game." Let's go over the update. Following yesterday's news that SAG-AFTRA had reached a tentative agreement with the signatory game companies such as Whatever and more, the union has announced its ongoing video game actor strike will end at noon today. And this was a couple of days ago. The strike began last July after months of failed negotiation. All SAG-AFTRA members are instructed to return to work on productions under the IMA, the Interim Interactive Media Agreement, including work promoting and publicizing projects produced under the IMA. A press release reads, "The SAG-AFTRA National Board will meet in special sessions tomorrow, June 12th, 2025, to consider the tentative agreement. If approved, it will be sent out for ratification by the union members in accordance with the established policy. Details of the agreements will be released at that time." The spokesperson for the video game producer party to the Interactive Media Agreement provided the following statement to Game Informer. "We are pleased to have reached a tentative agreement, contract agreement that reflects the important contributions of the SAG-AFTRA represented performers in video games. This agreement builds on 3 decades of successful partnership between the interactive entertainment industry and the union. It delivers historic wage increases over 24% for performers, enhanced health and safety protections, and industry-leading AI provisions requiring transparency, consent, and compensation for the use of digital replicas in games. We look forward to continuing to work with performers to create new and engaging entertainment experiences for billions of players throughout the world." Cool. That is awesome. That is great news. As they said, last July is when this started, and they're just now getting a deal done. It still has to go through and get ratified and all those things, but I mean, it sounds like they've gotten essentially what they want. Wage increase of over 24%. It's great. Better health safety protections. Great. And protections against AI. Like transparency, consent, and compensation. That is great news. But it does make me wonder how those things are going to work. And we will see. So my article kind of is useless now. It just had like a follow-up, and that's what I was gonna try and go over. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to see that they got a deal done. It sounds like the deal is beneficial. I think that they wouldn't have agreed to it if it wasn't for the actors. I would like to see, hopefully we'll get like an update once they do ratify everything, and they'll be able to show off like what the actual contract is. I would like to see more of it, but yeah, that's super cool. I'm glad that it's finally done. Finally they got what they needed. It sounds great so far. I just want to see more about it. I would like to see more of the details. Just writing out those things like, hey, it's this and this and this. Would like to see more. But yeah, very cool. Glad to see finally getting this deal done. Ryan LeMay wrote this one. Bend Studios lays off around 30% of its staff following live service game cancellation. Yeah, there's always some good news, and then there's going to be some bad. Sony's Bend Studio reportedly laid off 30% of its staff today following the cancellation of its live service games. In January, PlayStation canceled 2 of its projects, one which was a live service God of War game by Bluepoint, while the other appeared to be a live service military shooter led by Bend Studios. 2 weeks after the cancellation, Bend Studios let go of several contractors. Then in April, Bend Studios released Days Gone Remastered for PlayStation 5 and PC. The remaster introduced graphics and performance enhancements, as well as added a few new game modes. Despite the new project, the studio is once again suffering layoffs. Man, yeah, that's crappy. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported Sony's Bend Studio, which canceled a live service game earlier this year, is laying off 30% of staff, which is around 40 people. Bloomberg News has learned the studio has been spinning up a new project following the cancellation. Remains to be seen if that new Bend Studio project will continue following this latest round of layoffs. One fan asked in the comment section if the studio is at risk of being closed. Schreier reported unlikely they'd have layoffs 30% of staff if they were going to close to the studio. They'll provide an update if Bend Studio shares any information on its upcoming projects. Yeah, so as always, sucks that this is still happening. Yeah, and of course they're not talking about anything else. They're just talking about the people that are going to get laid off. So 40 people are going to, it sounds around 40 people are going to end up getting laid off. It doesn't talk about if Bend is going to be helping them get Bend or Sony, I should say, even is going to be helping them get jobs within the studios already or other studios within Sony's grasp. It doesn't talk about severance. It doesn't talk about any of that kind of stuff. So we don't know what that's going to look like for them. So yeah, hopefully those people can find some jobs. Man, it always sucks. Layoffs always suck, and we have to keep on talking about them all the time because they keep happening. But I always love when we at least get a little bit of information of like, hey, these are how these people are going to get treated, taken care of during the last part of while we help them transition to their new careers or whatever. You're like, great, at least there's something. But this time we're not getting anything, and I do hope that they get some severance, something that kind of helps them get some other positions, or they at least get scooped up by somebody. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this next one. Evan Campbell wrote this one. Haunted Chocolatier will feature a world larger than Stardew Valley. Great, that's what we care about. The next game for Stardew Valley creator Eric Concerned Ape Baron will boast a larger world than the one in his farming simulator. But you don't have to take our word for it. Baron himself made this specific comparison for Haunted Chocolatier. Baron, I guess on Twitter, my bad. Baron stated that the world of Haunted Chocolatier is larger than Stardew Valley. He would know since in December, Baron noted he was creating Haunted Chocolatier similar to Stardew Valley. I'm coding it mostly from scratch and C Sharp, right? And I'm working solo in all areas. Baron said after reconfirming he resumed development on Haunted Chocolatier. Yeah, I will say, like, it doesn't matter. I don't care how big it is. Just make the game good, bro. No, it's fine. It is what it is, right? I don't know. I feel like the Stardew Valley guy is never going to get out of the Stardew Valley shadow. Like, anytime he talks about this game so far, like as far as I've seen, and it's not the case for all the time, I know that's not true, but almost every time he talks about this game, it's in reference to Stardew Valley. Like, I almost just wish like he could just do anything, something else. But I think he's just always gonna be the Stardew Valley guy. It seems like Baron is slowly but surely opening up more about his next game. Last month, the developer discussed how he wanted to focus on mystery and whimsy with Haunted Chocolatier. Baron sounds like he wants players to let go of your desire to engineer the perfect chocolate and instead just follow their intuition. Interesting. Haunted Chocolatier was announced in late 2021, and we'll see players taking over a chocolate factory. There's no release window for the RPG, with Baron saying earlier this year that he hopes it comes out in the next 5 years. That would take us through the rest of the decade. Afterward, Baron might eventually make Stardew Valley 2. He really is just going to be the Stardew Valley guy. Unfortunately. So yeah, I guess if you were worried about the size of his next game, the world size though, bigger than Stardew Valley. Woo! I know. Thank God we may get Stardew Valley 2 eventually. And we're definitely going to get Haunted Chocolatier in the next 5 years, probably. I know it's just him, but he could totally work with a team at this point. There's no way. Like, this guy has made a lot of money. He could work with a team, and he could probably get this game out in the next 2 years. I don't know. I know he wants to be the guy, but like, at a point, you could probably just make a... You could probably just get a team together, bro. You could probably just get a team together. You don't have to do it all by yourself, man. But that's what he wants to do. Whatever. All right. Let me get a little sip of water here. By a sip, I mean just chug some water real quick, like. All right, let's get into this next one, which is by Corey Grow. You guys haven't heard? Mel Brooks has confirmed Spaceballs 2 is coming to a galaxy very, 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 very close. So yeah, Mel Brooks says they have shown off we are getting Spaceballs 2. Oh, they don't want me to read this at all. Or am I able to? Oh, there we go. Never mind. This is going to be interesting. I agree. Mel Brooks is definitely looking old. Bro, how old do you think Mel Brooks is? How old do you think he is? Because it's way older than you think. If you're gonna say 98, you're right. Man is 98, and this movie is supposed to come out in 2027. Is he gonna live that long? 98. Is he gonna be able to get through? I don't want to say it. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it. You know, it's not worth saying, right? I hope he does. I hope he gets it, man. I am so excited. I have been wanting to watch this first Spaceballs. I think it just went on to Netflix the other day, and I think Emily and I were gonna watch it, but it wasn't out the one day we were looking, so I got to throw it on in the next couple of weeks here, next couple of days. But Mel Brooks will mark the 40th anniversary of Spaceballs with another Spaceballs. The filmmaker announced today that the sequel was in the works for 2027. After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? And he said in a video clip, but instead we're making this movie. Listen, I'm not even mad. Mel Brooks is kind of the king. The teaser runs like a Star Wars space scroll, summarizing all the sequels and series that have come out since Mel Brooks spoofed the franchise with Spaceballs in the 80s. 80 years ago, there was only one Star Wars trilogy, it says, but since then, there has been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off on the TV spin-off, which is both a prequel and a sequel. And in this addition to 2 Dunes, 7 Jurassic Park, 5 Avatars, and so much more, It ends with, but in 38 years, there's only been one Spaceballs. He's still sharp. He is still sharp. I am not even like, I can't even put it past him. Other than Mel Brooks appearing wearing Spaceballs the sweatshirt at the end of the clip announcing the sequel, the only fact other than the movie is in the works that the teaser shares is that it'll be only in theaters. So there's plenty of room for speculation how involved Brooks, who will be 100 at 2027, will be. Here's what I will say. So I did grab this article, but I found another article that does illuminate a little more on the cast. This is by Michael Kripe. THR reports Bill Pullman's son, Luz Pullman, is in talks to join the Spaceballs 2 cast. Daphne Zunigan, who plays Princess Vespa in the original Spaceballs, is also expected to return. Should talks proceed as planned, Luz Pullman will appear as Starburst, the son of Bill Pullman's Lone Star, and Zuniga's Princess Vespa. Kiki Palmer, meanwhile, is said to be playing a character named Destiny. She, Starburst, and Josh Gad's mystery character will serve as the Spaceballs 2's leads. Amazon has provided a description for Spaceballs 2. While the title, plot details, and the rest of cast are being kept under wraps, the film has been described by those who have not yet read the script as a non-prequel, non-reboot sequel to Part 2 with the reboot element franchise expansion film. I have also seen that it sounds like Rick Moranis is going to be coming back as Dark Helmet. So yeah, it seems like a lot of people have said like Rick Moranis has not officially come out of retirement at this point, but they're kind of expecting that this is going to be the movie that pulls him back out of retirement, which would be crazy. I haven't seen anything about Bill Pullman being on it, and then I was like, is Bill Pullman still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. So I'm surprised if he doesn't, but I think pulling his son is a great move. Grabbing his son is a plus fucking move, because his son looks enough like him, but is so young that he is literally gonna play his son. It's a brilliant fucking move. It's such a good move. Yeah, I haven't seen anything else about, like I said, the rest of the cast and who's going to be coming back and who's not. I just saw, like I said, Rick Moranis coming back. That would be huge. And I was like I said, then I was like, is Bill Pullman dead? Nah, he's still alive. So very, very, very exciting. I am definitely gonna put on the first one here in the next, like I said, the next couple of days for sure. So 2027, guys, we're gonna be living good. Hopefully. I did watch. There was another trailer for the Naked Gun reboot. Man, that shit is terrible. Man, that one looks assed. So hopefully this will be the revival of those kind of the Mel Brooks kind of movies that we need, and hopefully someone will take over, because 2027, Mel Brooks 100 years old. Naked Gun seems like a fail. I'll watch the old ones again though. Yeah, those old ones are so good. All right, let's talk about our good friend Joey Chestnut. And Joey Chestnut returning to the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Guys, it's happening. We're in the best timeline. Joey Chestnut coming back this year to the hot dog eating contest. David Purdom wrote this one. Joey Chestnut, competitive eating legend, announced Monday that he is returning to the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest after a one-year hiatus from the annual 4th of July event. Chestnut, the 16-time champion, missed last year's event because of a dispute with Major League Eating over his sponsorship deal with Impossible Foods, a company that makes plant-based hot dogs. I'm thrilled to be returning to Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Chestnut wrote on Twitter, "This event means the world to me, and it's a cherished tradition, a celebration of American culture, and a huge part of my life." Man. Chestnut added that he continues to partner with companies in the plant-based space, but those relationships never conflicted with his love for the hot dogs. I'm excited to be back on Coney Island stage doing what I live to do and celebrating the 4th of July with hot dogs in my hands. Stay hungry. I just remember last year, it was a big deal that he was not competing. So as soon as I saw this, I had to make sure that you guys know Joey Chestnut coming back for his crown this year in the official 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Ew. Agreed. Man, I cannot watch those eating contests. They are so disgusting. But Joey Chestnut is kind of a legend in the hot dog eating realm. So listen, I can't fault him for, being good at what he's good at. Man's good at throwing hot dogs down his gullet, Man can throw some hot dogs down the throat, Man loves putting wieners in his mouth. What can you do, He's good at it. Throw some glizzies, exactly. You understand. And if you're good at those things, you got to do what you're good at. Man is good at glizzy gobbling, right? He's the glizzy throat goat. It is what it is. And if you're good at something, you got to do it. And so so listen, will I watch this? Hell no. Will I check to see if he won afterwards? Maybe, if I remember. But I saw this and it just made me laugh. Like I said, I knew it was a big deal that he didn't compete last year. So I saw it and I was like, cool, let me throw this one in here. It's a funny one. It's one we can kind of have a little bit of a laugh about and, not take too seriously. So I figured, let me throw it in here and we'll talk about it. All right, I got just a couple more here, guys. Embracer CEO who oversaw high-profile acquisitions, studio closures, and thousands of layoffs to step down later this year. This is by Vicky Blake. Lars Wingford, founder of Swedish gaming company Embracer, is stepping down from his CEO role. Current deputy CEO Phil Rogers will assume the position from August 2025. Darn. Oh no. Embracer's CEO. Shoot. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be upset about this, right? Embracer's not a good company. They've been kind of a bad company. A little bit of a bad company lately. Embracer, who oversees IPs like The Lord of the Rings, Dead Island, Metro, and Tomb Raider, is no stranger to change, of course. After making high-profile acquisitions like purchase of Middle-earth Enterprises and Borderland maker Gearbox in 2020 and 2021, respectively, Embracer found itself in turmoil after a $2 billion deal with Savvy Games Group fell through. In the time since, the company has shut down Saints Row developer Volition Games, sold Gearbox, split from Space Marine developer Saber Interactive, and overseen thousands of layoffs. Wingford called the criticism and backlash to it misstep painful. I believe, man. I'm sure it was painful with all of the millions of dollars going into your pocket. I'm sure that those mean words thrown at you were painful. Oh no, my missteps, and people are calling me out for it. Ouch. Oh no, my feelings. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't have any. I don't have much sympathy for this guy. Oh no, it was painful. Like, I get it, man. Like, I get you're doing a job, but like, Yeah. Unfortunately, if you make mistakes and people call you out, your biggest thing is like, that was painful. Cool. So I think that's the only thing. I don't have much more that we're not gonna go into all of Embracers of their shit that they're doing. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised it took this long. So. Oh no, he's going down. All right, let's keep on moving. Lex Briscuso wrote this one, and I saw this one, and I was a little bit surprised. Malcolm in the Middle reboot recasts our favorite little brother Dewey for a pretty good reason. This was wild because I didn't expect this to be actually kind of awesome. So I guess Malcolm in the Middle is doing a little bit of a reboot. I had kind of heard a little bit about it, but not a whole bunch. Malcolm in the Middle reboot series is in fact happening with the entire original cast returning. That is with the exception of our favorite TV little brother Dewey. Eric Persullivan, who originally played the character, will not be returning to the cast, with Caleb Ellsworth Clark taking over the role for the revival. The show's patriarch, Bryan Cranston, recently revealed the news in a conversation on Dana Carvey and David Spade's Fly on a Wall podcast. I talked to Eric and I said, hey, we got the show. It's going to come back. And he explained, he goes, oh yeah, that's fantastic. And I go, yeah, so we're looking forward to having you back. He goes, oh, no. I don't want to do that. But that's fantastic. I was like, oh, okay. The former actor, who is now 33 years old, has a pretty good reason for sitting this one out. He's actually going to Harvard. Cranston gushed during the podcast. He's really, really smart, and he's getting his master's at Harvard right now. He said, oh, God, no, I haven't acted since I was 9 or something, so I'm not into it. Following the show's original run from 2002 to 2006, Sullivan stepped back from acting just 4 years later at the age of 19 to pursue other interests. And clearly, that led him down a pretty cool path, even if it didn't include performing. As for the returning cast, Cranston will be joined by Malcolm himself, Frankie Muniz, as well as Jane Caxmaris, Justin Burfield, and Christopher Masterson. So yeah, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Good for him. Also, Christopher Masterson definitely doing some stuff. His brother, not so much. Yeah, I think his brother is still locked up. So I don't want to taint this, but yeah, I was like, oh damn, I love seeing like him be like, no, like that's really cool, guys. No, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm going to fucking I'm going to school and getting my fucking master's, man. I'm not putting that behind me. Is creepy? Yeah, that's one way of putting it. He's a really bad dude. I believe he is incarcerated. I was gonna look up. Interesting. He was sentenced to 30 years in life. 30 years to life in prison. Will be eligible for parole in 2042. So, fucking he is a super douchebag. Sorry, we will not get into it. Yeah, I'll be interested to see. I don't know. Reboots are like really, 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 really tough to make them work. We'll see. I don't have a lot of faith that it's going to be good, but I think it'll be one of those ones you'll get hit with the nostalgia and all the fun of that kind of stuff, but it won't be anything that's like must see, you know? Let's get into this next one, but by Wesley and Poole. Borderlands 4 Standard Edition, price set at $70. You remember when Randy Pitchfork was talking all that shit the other day, or a couple weeks ago, really putting his team and his whole company in hot water? Well, somehow they figured out how to make the game cost $70 instead of $80. Good move there, 2K. That's a great idea. I feel like the game could have been $80 and they decided, they're like, guys, there's no way we sell this if it's $80. We have to put it at 70. Randy has fucked us so hard at this point. We have to make this game $70 or we're not gonna fucking sell this game. I think they knew there's no way they could make it that $80. They had to make it 70. Would you look at that? Right? Borderlands 4 will cost $70. Publisher 2K Games has confirmed as pre-orders go live. The cost of Gearbox's next game was thrust into the headlines after development chief Randy Pitchfork had sparked a backlash with a series of controversial tweets. Pitchfork has responded to fans who expressed concern about the prospect of paying $80 for Borderlands, saying, "If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen." Yeah, yep. So if he would have just shut the fuck up, they really could have charged their $80 that they probably wanted to charge. But I'm glad that they're only charging the 70. To be honest, maybe this was actually great. Him talking all this shit may have worked out better for us gamers. For people who want to play Borderlands 4, it might have worked out. Again, I think they knew there was no shot that they could charge $80 for this game. I think they knew that. I think there was no way they could do it. And so they decided they had to do it at 70. And I'm glad. Yeah, not a lot I was gonna say about this. Just wanted to go through it. I have 3 trailers we're gonna go over real quick. The first is for Still Wakes the Deep. I feel this is some DLC that got announced the other day, and I thought it was worth going over.
Depth?
187 meters.
Pressure?
0.4 bar.
Reserve oxygen for the diving bell.
Both green.
Best if we keep our expectations low, Manny.
I just don't want to leave empty-handed. A decade in salt water has made its mark.
Take it nice and slow. No rush.
The comms are breaking up, Rob. I'm going to detach.
Absolutely not, Manny. We have no idea what's out there. Don't detach yet. This is an evacuation order.
God, how am I going to get out of here?
We never will, Mary.
No. Ah! Bob, there's something in here.
Ooh, dang, this looks pretty decent. So I'm assuming this takes place like 10 years after the original, because they said 10 years, a decade in salt water or whatever. So available on the 18th. Oh shit, tomorrow. That looks sick. Yeah, that I feel like this is awesome. So you kind of take like a lot of the Still Wakes the Deep kind of, you know, whatever, but you do like a whole different thing with it. Like you're underwater and scaling and stuff. I don't know. This looks cool. That's so sick. So I'm glad to see this. Still Wakes the Deep look great. Glad to see that there's a little bit of new content coming out here for it. Well, shit, right? This month is going by. Although I felt like this month was gonna go by for me, like no matter what. This was always gonna be one of those months for me. So I feel you on it. Very, very cool. There was also a announcement that we'll go over and look at. This is like really, really quick. So Yep, that's about it. Sorry. I'm gonna just skip it to right here. So I didn't know how to show this off, but so apparently Bloober Team is gonna do the first Silent Hill. They're doing a remake of the original Silent Hill. Bloober Team is kind of on a roll here. They just did Silent Hill 2. They remade that, and it was, from what I heard, really good. They're doing Chronos now, which looks great. And then they're going to do a remake of Silent Hill. So very, very cool. I'm very excited to see what that looks like. Like I said, I feel like they did a really good job on 2. So I'm very excited about this. I'm excited to see it. I don't even care about Silent Hill, but I'm excited to see what they do. I'm kind of a fan of Bloober Team. And lastly, a big thing. This just came out a couple of hours ago. Hades 2 has a update. I want to go over this, and then I'm going to talk about some things after this, Hades related. So let's. Okay, so. Oh, Psycho's got some thoughts on it already. Let's take a look while he sends us some thoughts.
Our limits grow along with us. Look upon me!
Who dares to brandish the nocturnal arms?
The vow of rivals.
Wow, mama.
It's you.
Grant me the aspect of Anubis.
When did it start? You couldn't even stand looking at me.
Mortals, living or otherwise, were never meant to see Olympus in all its glory. I'd rather see you anyway, Nelly.
We're really starting to get to know each other.
Will shine so bright it hurts.
Hell yeah, the hexes.
Let's platinum witchy.
The ramifications.
Narcissus!
Please leave me to consider what this means.
I can help. I can help.
Even the skull of Reval must worship the ground beneath your feet.
There's a lot to like about this part of Oceanus, don't you think?
While I was living, I could never have imagined anything like this.
Still fast asleep.
You look upon the oath of the unseen night after night, but do you understand the lesson?
Got something real special there.
Oh man, does this look good. God damn. So when I saw this, I very much see this as some polish on some other spots. This isn't, they're not adding anything really crazy. I mean, obviously they're adding some things to like hexes, the weapons and things like that, but they're not adding any more like they're doing some tweaks on the sides where like you can make things harder, like except like what Psycho was saying, the extreme measures. Hecate and Polyphemus are no joke, bro. When I saw that they were gonna give you like you can make all of the guardians worse, I was like, oh, that's interesting. This looks so good. I'm so excited. I'm glad that they're giving them like a different look too. Like they did the where's what's her name, Scylla. Like they even made her kind of look different for the, I'm assuming this is her like her extreme measures look. I assume. That's so cool. I'm glad. I think all my stuff got downloaded. I had it going in the background. Oh, it didn't even start. No, I'll get it in a minute. I'll get it when I get off stream. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I don't think that I'm gonna play any of this on stream. I think I'm gonna not play any more Hades until version 1 comes out. And from what I've seen, I believe this is the last big update before version 1 hits. That is what I understand. Maybe you know better than I do, Psycho. I was pretty sure, like, when I was reading is like, this is the last big update before version 1. I am gonna probably play some on my own time, just to go through some of these things. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm glad we're getting more Hades. I was just talking about it too. Also, there was this other thing that was happening here towards the end where she was fucking going crazy with the hammer, or it looked like a hammer. I do want to take a look at it again. This thing, what is the hell is this here? Oh, it do look like a hammer. She just be going crazy. The new axe? Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, axe. My bad. Damn, she was hitting her with the 1-2s. Let me go back a little here real quick. that 3 slam like that is insane. That's insane. And now you're opening yourself up for a lot of hits there, but goddamn, I love that. I'm so hyped for it. So yeah, they're just doing some polish and making some things, giving you some additional difficulty and things. I did see like there's gonna be achievements for when they do version 1, but they said you won't have to replay anything for version 1 to get those achievements. You know, you get all that stuff will happen. Man, it's so good. Have wild news. I'm so excited about that shit. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm very excited that we're getting more Hades 2. We're gonna get version 1, I think, before the end of the year. I think that's the plan for them. They don't have a release date, they have said, but I believe that's what's gonna happen. This literally dropped at like 2:30 today, and I just was like, holy shit, I can't believe, I didn't even expect it. But they've been really good about that shit, and the music sounds great. I'm just excited. I'm glad. I've been wanting to go back and play more Hades 2. Now I have a reason to. I have a reason to just go and do it. But like I said, a lot of that might be off stream stuff. And then whenever version 1 comes out, we'll do some on stream stuff for it then. Super excited. Extreme Measures Hecate. Is that what this is at the beginning here? There's fucking 3 of them too. Yeah, that's crazy. I just saw all these things. This looks crazy. I'm kind of excited to check it out. I'm kind of excited. No joke. Interesting. I am if you're saying that too, that worries me. Her and Ares. I haven't bought them. Fucking Polyphemus got me twice, dude. Polyphemus is kind of a bitch to get through the first time. The first couple of times normally, so I can only imagine. And he looked like he had, in that one, he had what's her name with him. The one witch with him too. That's crazy. Yeah, Medea. Jesus Christ, man, I can't imagine. Man, that's so cool though. So excited. So, and it's the worst. I believe it. Have you gotten to check any of the new hexes out? Have they been pretty sick yet? I really need to grab this one. I will say, man, so there's a person at work who played Hades 1, but never played Hades 2. They finally grabbed Hades 2, and they said they liked it more than Hades 1 so far. Because of the magic and stuff. Now they were pretty early, so you know, don't take that with like the end all be all, but like they definitely said they like it, man. I haven't had the RNG. I believe, man. You know how the RNG is in those games. Sometimes they get you, sometimes they're good. But yeah, whenever we get back to it, you know, like I said, it'll probably be right around version 1. I'll fight muscle memory to pick them. Yeah, that's true. The only one that I like for any of those hexes is the healing one, and it's so rare to get that one, so it's almost not even worth it. So super excited. This came out today. I definitely have to definitely got to get more into it sooner than later. Gift opportunities, yeah, because I mean the gifting, I know I did for a lot of people. I got to the point where I was done with gifting, or I had reached the end of my gifting opportunities. So you got to kind of get back into that habit of be like, oh no, I need to be gifting people stuff. All right, let's get into these last two. This one's by Wesley and Poole. This is what title was kind of talking about. Microsoft confirms first-party next-gen Xbox consoles, announced deals with AMD, and promises full backward compatibility with your existing Xbox library. Xbox has announced a partnership with AMD to power its next generation of Xbox, including its first-party future Xbox consoles, announcing that we're building the next generation of Xbox first-party devices and cloud, including our future Xbox consoles, together with AMD. Microsoft said in a statement published online. Microsoft failed to detail its plans, but did promise next-level performance, cutting-edge graphics, breakthrough gameplay, and unmatched compatibility. It also said everything it's working on will be fully compatible with users' existing Xbox game library. We've established a strategic multi-year agreement with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next-generation Xbox consoles, Microsoft said. Together, we're delivering deeper visual quality, immersive gameplay, and AI-powered experiences grounded in a platform designed for players, not tied to a single store or device, and fully compatible with your existing Xbox game library. So essentially, Xbox is saying, yes, they're going to make a new Xbox. It's in development at this point, essentially, and they're going to be partnering with AMD to do so. So nothing super crazy here, but it is cool. I think AMD is a great company. It's not my favorite graphics card company, but they do make good graphics card, and full backwards compatibility is always a plus. It's the one thing that PlayStation still struggles with. Nintendo's a little better with it, but not great. And then last thing, this is a surprise to no one, but Bungie has delayed Marathon indefinitely. This is by Paul Tassi. In somewhat expected but rather dire announcement, Bungie has emerged from the shadows to confirm that its upcoming shooter Marathon has been delayed indefinitely. As in, we do not have a window as to when it will be released, now pushed out of the former September 23rd, 2025 release date. Here's an excerpt of what Bungie has said in its announcement. Thank you not only for your passionate feedback around the Marathon reveal and alpha playtest, but also for your patience while we took the time to listen closely and chart our next steps. Through every comment and real-time conversation on social media and Discord, your voice has been strong and clear. We've taken this to heart, and we know we need more time to craft Marathon into a game that truly reflects your passion. After much discussion with our dev team, we made the decision to delay the September 23rd release. The move was widely anticipated in the wake of an underwhelming gameplay preview, leading to mixed to bad reception for its closed alpha. On top of that, Bungie is currently auditing the entirety of Marathon for stolen art assets after an artist came forward to prove an alleged ex-employee from the studio had previously taken her work, which ended up in the game itself. There were so many ways this current situation could have played out, but an open-ended delay is probably one of the worst outcomes. No, Marathon was never going to be canceled. It is way too late for that, and even with this somewhat unsettling announcement, that is still not where we are headed. But this could have been handled differently, a delay with an actual date or at least a window. Sony just said days ago that Marathon would be out in fiscal year 2025, meaning before the March 2026. But Bungie isn't even saying that here, only that a new date will be announced this fall. They could have done some sort of early access launch with a 1.0 further in the future, but that's not what's happening. Yep. Bungie, Marathon, not in good spots right now. Has been in kind of a bad situation for a long time now. And yeah, this is not a surprise to anybody. Yep, not a surprise. So I guess be on the lookout for Marathon announcements in fall. I don't know. I think at a point people are just not going to care about Marathon. I think Bungie's kind of confirmed that at this point. So too bad. Shit. I think that is it for our games or our news or whatever. They fucking up. Yeah, they fucking up bad, and they've definitely lost a lot of trust with people. I mean, between Destiny and Marathon now, with the stolen art as well, and some other thing, just a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, they're losing people's trust quick. It's gonna take some time for people to get that trust back. I don't think a delay is a bad thing. I think don't put out a game that's not good and is not what you're expecting. I don't think it's a good idea just to put a game out I could understand the early access kind of thing, but I also don't think that's I don't think Marathon's at that point right now. Now, No Man's Sky, that's always going to be my go-to for these kind of things. You can put a game out, you can update it, you can gain people's trust back and do those things. I just don't think Marathon's that game. I don't think Bungie's that team. So they got some work to do. They got some work ahead of them, 100%. And yeah, I think a delay is the right move here. Get the game right, put it out, get people's trust back. Like I said, they think that is it for the news. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. We'll hang out for just a couple of minutes before we get on out of here. But again, that will wrap up our news, and I'll see you all on the other side. All right, so that is probably going to wrap up our stream today. Thanks guys so much for coming and hanging out and just chilling today. This was a fun one. I tried to see if there's anybody we're going to send a raid to. I don't see anybody really on, so I'm not even going to really search. Unfortunately, I'm going to get on out of here since we are a little bit over time, more than I just would. Hey Finn, thanks so much for coming and stopping by. The VOD will be up here in a little bit if you do want to go back through it later on. If not, no worries. Yeah, I'm glad we got to hang out for a little bit, guys. It was awesome. I will be back Thursday. We'll be doing some more news, and then actually doing some more gaming. We should be, I think, finishing up System Shock, but we'll see. We will see. Make sure you guys are checking out Vash. He's going to be streaming tomorrow.
Thank you, Cody.
Of course. Over on his channel doing, oh yeah, there it is. Doing some Onimusha 2. I believe it is the remake. So make sure you guys are over there checking that out tomorrow. And then make sure you guys check us out over on The Wolf and the Kid over on Twitch on Sunday, right here on YouTube on Sunday. We're going to be playing some Split Fiction together. With that, I'm going to get up on out of here. I am, like I said, I did run a little over on time, but not a big deal. Not a big deal when I get to hang out with you, sweet fellers. Shit, I don't know. Oh no, I just need a quick banger to get on out of here with. I'll play you guys this one. This came up when we were getting into Tennessee, and I was like, you know what? It kind of fits because it's got some banjo and stuff in it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I will see you guys on Thursday. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful week if I don't see you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. See you, Finn. Have a great night, y'all. Bye. 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 Have a good one. Goodbye. Get the F out. Goodbye. Oh, it just be hitting. Thanks, guys. Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.